everybody, we're back to play more Netrunner. My wife's not actually asleep. She's reading in the other room, but she's in like a quiet cooldown period before bed where I shouldn't really interact with her that much, so I'm counting it as if she's gone to sleep. So let's Netrun.
What's she reading?
She's going back through Percy Jackson books, which she loved a lot as a kid.
Ah,
So she's giving those a reread.
nice.
Yeah. You mentioned you read was it a Green Lantern comic by N.K. Jemisin, Iris?
Yes.
So back in the beginning of the year for our anniversary, it's our first anniversary. It's the paper anniversary, and we're trying to think of what we should do for it. And we went to a bookstore, and we each picked out a book for each other.
Uh-huh.
And the one that she got me is an N.K. Jemisin book.
Oh, neat.
Called what's it, The City That Made Us, and unfortunately don't like it that much.
Oh no.
It's very the premise is that cities, when they get big enough or old enough or dense enough or whatever, manifest, one person in that city becomes the avatar of it, and they get city powers basically. And it's
Okay.
about this happening to New York, which is the first time it's happened to a North American city. And it is just wall to wall. New York, the greatest city ever, baby.
Oh, is this The City We Became?
City We Became. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the city that made us.
It.
I got it mixed up with the name of the Proto Men album.
The Proto Man would love that shit. I love the city.
It's truly just these people, because then it becomes each borough of New York actually becomes an avatar of the borough, and they each have superpowers based on the aura of the borough. Like the Manhattan guy has money powers, and it's just I don't know. I'm never into the again the New York baby greatest city in the world type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always just a little maybe it's because I've never lived, I've lived basically in Dallas for, a little over 10 years now. And, maybe it's that Dallas doesn't have that deep of an identity in the same way, or maybe I just don't care. I don't know.
I feel like Dallas's identity often just gets subsumed by Texas in general.
Yeah, I think very much so. I think the only Texas city that feels like it has much of an identity other than just Texan would be Austin.
Yeah, people know Dallas exists within Texas because the Cowboys exist.
Yeah, exactly.
If it weren't for them, I don't know if many people could pull Dallas out of their mind.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've got to say about books at the moment. Yeah, how's your week been?
Pretty good. I read a lot of comics. It's funny because I started out just okay, I'll read a bunch of Al Ewing's comics, sort of going chronologically from some of his earlier Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
And that eventually got me to his X-Men related comics, Sword and X-Men Red, which I talked briefly about on Totally Reprise.
Yeah.
The thing is that during that period of time, Marvel was going real hard on the X-Men, and X-Men was kind of in a golden age because that was their whole Krakoa storyline that lasted for 4 years, where they made their own mutant nation, and they had a method for bringing everyone back to life real quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Mutant immortality became a real thing and not just a fan joke. It was a really cool era, and Kieran Gillen was also writing some X-Men comics. So I was fuck, I should read more of this era of X-Men too, because people loved it, and I kind of just missed a bunch of it because I wasn't reading comics at the time. So now I've been reading Immortal X-Men by Kieran Gillen, and I read Sins of Sinister, which is a big event comic, which normally I'm not a huge event comic person, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm deep in the X-Men hole right now.
So I when maybe 2 weeks ago, the tournament organizer for Dallas, who's also named Luke, decided, it's been a long time since we've done any kind of like events. We haven't done any like other than just like, weekly meetups. Haven't done like a tournament or anything since we had the Mega Cities back in early July, I think. So he's like, oh, let's just throw like a December tournament. That'll be fun. And like, relatively small scale, relatively casual, but it'll be a fun thing to do on a Saturday. And I was initially like, ugh, it is tough for me to get, I work Saturday nights and I work Friday nights. And getting time off on short notice is pretty tough with my job because it just means it's like, we can't ever just like have somebody take off. If you're taking off, it means someone else is covering for you.
Yeah.
So it can be tough to coordinate on short notice. So I was like, I'm probably gonna have to sit that out. And then the day, like this past week, I was like, what if I go to work Friday night, get off work at 6 a.m., rush home, dive into bed, sleep for 4 hours, wake up at 10:30, and then go to the tournament at 11:30.
Good God.
And then finish the tournament and go back to work. And that's what I ended up doing. And here's the most frustrating part of that. I did better than I have at any tournament I've gone to.
So now you think, well, I need to be a little bit sleep deprived.
Because before, like when we've had tournaments on a Saturday morning, I'm like, well, okay, I'm going to take off Friday so that I can like get home Thursday morning, stay up a little bit, and like try to flip my sleep schedule around real quick, get a full 8 hours, and then go there Saturday. And I'll take Saturday night off also so I can like relax, probably sleep because I'll probably need it. Or, at a bigger event, like it'll go on like well into when I need to be at work. You know what I mean? Like it's an all-day affair. I assume Magic's similar in that regard. Like if it's a decent sized tournament, it probably goes.
Yeah, if it's a big tournament, it tends to go for quite a while. Yeah,
because Magic rounds, I have not played a competitive Magic thing since I was like a teenager. But isn't it like a round is 1 hour to play best of 3?
It's usually a little less than an hour. I think it is usually like 40 to 50. Like
got it.
Best of 3.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it takes a while.
That already just speaks to, because Netrunner is 40 minutes for one game.
Yeah, if you hit time, you basically just go, okay, you've got 5 turns to finish, and if no one wins, then it's just a draw.
See, the way Netrunner works is if you hit time, the current turn player finishes their turn, the opposing player gets one more turn, and then it's over. Whoever has the most points wins. If you have the same amount of points, it's a tie.
Yeah, you can't really like decide that with a Magic,
right? Because like, you could go by who has the most life, but that's not necessarily a good snapshot of like the game.
Yeah, because that inherently punishes certain archetypes.
And that's true to like a limited extent in Netrunner, but yeah.
Yeah, because like life is also used as a resource, and it's because like, it's a less obvious win condition.
Totally. Like, and there are Netrunner decks that will like, oh, I'll just feed you 4 points to get to threat and like measured response to you, right? But like, that's also like that's like a much more dangerous thing to do than like sacrifice life in Magic, right? Like you are kind of going to a really disadvantaged state if that's your game plan.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't think there's really any big decks that do that. I think it pretty much works. But I went 4-2, came in 3rd place overall. It went pretty well.
Nice.
We also had an artist there that was selling. Hi, Chelsea. The stream says you're asleep. You're really messing the whole brand up.
You messed up his bit.
Sorry,
I'm going to sleep now.
My wife is kissing me. Anyway, there was like an artist there that had made a bunch of alt arts that she was selling them for like $5 a pop, so I got a couple of those. One of them I got as a prize. I think we just had like a participation prize. The TO just like bought a bunch of them. And then you could like take...
I fucking love that privilege access.
The privilege access I love so much that it just looks like an employee badge.
That's so good.
So yeah, the full arts at the top were like prizes for the tournament, and then the others were all alt arts by a artist here, Claire. She makes a lot of cool stuff. The two I didn't get, I guess she had three I didn't get, because one of them was Jaichinyo, the like knife win condition thing that was almost like medieval art looking of like a knife stabbing through a heart. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mostly just didn't get it because like I'm never gonna play Jaichinyo. It'll look cool and sit in a binder, right? And that was kind of why I didn't get the other really good one, which was Lucky Charm, that just looked like a box of Lucky Charms, and like the text box looked like the nutrition facts.
Beautiful.
And then the third one, which I almost got and just was like, I've spent $20 here, I can relax, was
yeah, fuck it.
Fuji Asset Retrieval, which is the Jinteki agenda that like deals damage when anybody scores it, and the art was just like an apple that was bitten into with like a bloody razor blade inside of the bite.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like the Halloween rumor thing.
That's so fucked up.
It's really funny. I think I might have a screenshot of that around somewhere. I wonder if I can pull it, because she was showing them off in our Discord.
Hi, Emerald.
Oh, hi. How's it going? I talked to our friend Matt. Oh, my wife has reminded me on Discord that I need to do laundry. Letting her know I will take care of it afterwards. Appreciate the reminder, because I did forget.
Whoops.
Whoops. Do I have this alt art? I thought I sent. Yeah, I do have it. Okay. What's gonna be the easiest way to show this? Let me just open it in. Yeah, copy link. Just because it's funny. Let me hit this. Well, why can't I get out of full screen? There we go. Yeah, here we are.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh my god. Ah! Oh Christ.
It's really funny.
Oh, the razor blade as the rules text box.
Yep. Very good design. I am also now sharing my screen with you so that you can see stuff faster. Okay. So yeah, because of this tournament, everything I've been talking about like, well, I should fan out a little bit, try some things that I haven't been doing. That went out the window. I'm doing my fucking comfort picks. I'm doing Bangoon and Sebastiao.
Yeah.
So at least initially here, I'm gonna go with that. Losing the two games that I did lose, gave me some ideas on like how I should adjust those two decks. And you can see the adjustments I've made to the Bangoon deck. It's got a 79% win rate right now. I think I might be cooking.
Holy fuck.
And at least one of those losses was I just flooded horribly, and that'll just happen with any deck sometimes.
Well, yeah, I think I remember you mentioning that on your Blue Sky.
Well, so that was at the tournament.
Okay.
That was part of why I made the adjustments I did, because like what I had before. Let me go back to the last version of this deck. This is the version that I went to the tournament with. I made some changes to this before I went in, but anyway, I have 10 agendas in it out of 49 cards. That's relatively high agenda density.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And like these, 5 of them are 1-pointers. Wayland Ice, there's some really good pieces of Wayland Ice, but they're a little short on end the runs other than barriers. Like they've got like Maskarovka's just a solid mid-range barrier. Logjam's a really strong barrier that can be like advanced to get stronger as the game goes, all that stuff. But then like if you want to end the run with like a sentry, you've got one choice, and it's Biawak. And the thing about Biawak is there's a 14 printed on it.
Yeah.
Because the way you're supposed to play it is by forfeiting.
You're supposed to cheat it in.
You're supposed to cheat it in. What you are clearly intended to do with it first and foremost, because it came out alongside Green Mail, which let me see if I can pull that up on NRDB here.
Yeah, because Biawak is like new Archer, essentially.
Yeah, it's the retrain of Archer. And yeah, it came out the same set as Green Mail, which is a 2-for-1 uh, when you score it, you gain 2. So basically, you install it, advance, score, get a refund on the advancement of it, and you just spend your
Yeah.
whole turn just getting a point. And then if you ever forfeit it to pay for something, you get 4 back. Beowalk, you can reduce its cost from 14 to 4 by forfeiting an agenda. So then with Green Mail, you bring it down from 14 to 0, right?
Yeah, Green Mail essentially pays for it. Yeah.
Yeah. You still have to have 4 credits in your bank to res it, but you get the refund on it. So you're supposed to either do that or use Eminent Domain, which lets you just tutor out and res a piece of ice when you score it.
Yeah.
And
which is
so,
usually how I try to do it.
Yeah, that's the more standard version. Green Mail is only really good if you're playing it, and even then, really good is maybe a little generous, but it makes the most sense in Zwicky Group because anytime you make money with an agenda, you get to draw a card with Zwicky Group. So it makes Green Mail a little less of like a just burn your whole turn for 1 point.
Yeah, a tempo kill. Yeah.
Yeah, and you also get another draw out of it when you forfeit Green Mail. Yeah, I think Green Mail's even like
Justine says you can also do the old send a message. Yeah.
Yeah, I think right. Yeah, if you on the back, yeah, Green Mail's literally on the back of the wiki group. They're like, hey, maybe use this agenda in this ID. But so if you want to play Biowak, the short version is you need to be playing Eminent Domain, right? Or yeah, it's you could do it with send a message also. And I wanted to have like, hey, Biowak's a big strong ice. It's a different type of ice than Logjam, so I can like force you to have more breakers to get through my stuff. So okay, I got to get some Eminent Domains in here, and that just means upping the agenda density. And then the first game I lost at the tournament yesterday, they turn 1 installed Cataloger, ran R&D.
Oh no! Oh no!
Looked at the top 4. The top 4 were Basalt Spire, SDS Drone Deployment, Hedge Fund.
Oh fuck!
And luckily,
that's rough.
I had a Spin Doctor, so I was able to they didn't just run 3 times and win, right?
Yeah.
But then I had to that just screwed up my whole game plan, the entire game. That was such a tempo hit that they were just bullying me all game long, and I just slowly bled out and couldn't do anything about it. And we were kind of talking about it a little bit after the game because we finished pretty quick, you can imagine. So we had a lot of time left in the round just to bullshit. And yeah, they kind of said, in their opinion, the Eminent Domains it's too high of an agenda density. We can live without Biowak. They were also campaigning hard against Shailendra, and I think I agree with them. Shailendra's not that... Shailendra's a weird ice. It's not bad per se, but the runner's never that upset to run into it because they can just walk through it, right? It doesn't screw them up as bad as, say, a hammer does. And every time I've drawn Shailendra, unless I can put it directly in front of a Logjam to advance, I kind of am not feeling good. So I have dumped the Shailendras out of here, and I have just gone for some more Afshars, which are weaker, but they are reliable gear check ice, So the current version of this deck that I have got cooking, cut the Eminent Domains, cut 1 Divested Trust, got another SDS Drone Deployment in. I have dropped down to only 2 Spin Doctors because I need the influence. I think there's some people that would say that's an indefensible choice, and, we can have that conversation. To try and make up for that, I have added 2 Descents, which are also weak code gates, but you can play them from hand like an operation to shuffle 2 agendas from either Archives or HQ back into the deck. So it's kind of a pseudo Spin Doctor.
Descents are really fun.
Yeah. And the thing that I want those that influence for is to get 2 digital rights managements, which is I think, is that System Gateway? No, I guess it's Ashes Cycle. What DRM does is if they don't run HQ on their turn...
It's from the Uprising booster pack.
Yeah. If they don't run HQ on their turn, I can play DRM to tutor an agenda and then install a card from HQ. Now, the thing people have said about Bangoon from the moment it came out is that it's weak and sucks because its ID only protects agendas on the board, and they can just apply heavy central pressure and not worry about the damage or the tags, right?
Uh-huh.
So why not simply get the agendas out of my centrals and onto the table?
Yeah.
This has not been like a super clutch, like, oh, I'm winning games because of this, but I think it's a good idea. I could maybe be talked into dropping one to get a Spin Doctor back, but again, at least so far, the win rate kind of speaks for itself, right?
Uh-huh.
I have gotten less ice overall, which I was worried about. I've got another Tucana in here, though, to tutor the ice out. So far, I have not really been hurting for the lack of ice too badly, especially because the agenda density is lower and I'm DRMing stuff out. Making more room for more ice would make a little bit of sense, but also, again, without spending influence, it's hard to talk about what I would even put in here ice-wise, you know?
Yeah.
And again, so far, this list is, like, pretty functional. I could see the argument for dropping one Descent for a Fleiswater, to have two Fleiswaters, but I don't know. Again, this is working pretty okay so far. Why don't we test drive it? Why don't we just immediately like have like 3 terrible games in a row and just ruin this win rate? Let's see.
Yeah, I'm looking at Shylendra, and it looks like a card that could be good to have over like servers where you don't care that much about someone being able to get in and mostly just want to make it like rough for them to get in.
Like, it tends to be something you put on archives because you just want, like, most of the time they're only going to run archives when they like have, let's say, a clean getaway or they're trying to charge up a leech, and you just want to make it like annoying to do that, right? And Shylandra's pretty good for that. Where it makes a lot of sense, or at least it makes a lot more sense, is in, say, Built to Last, where you are incentivized to have lots and lots of advanceable cards. And then it kind of like, you know, synergizes with that game plan in a way that it...
Yeah, I can definitely see myself putting this in a Built to Last fast advanced deck.
I do still wonder if you end up like cutting it for slots, but like I would, if I was building a BTL deck, I would put a Shylendra in, and then, you know, again, maybe it doesn't make it in over like a Kets and Log Jams and all the others, but I did.
Yeah, also having it as like an ice before other ice, especially if it's like advanceable ice, is also
right. Yeah. If it's on the same server as a Log Jam, so that every time you run it, the Log Jam gets stronger. I think we ran into that in a game like a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it was Shylendra or something else, but it was like, not only is this Log Jam very expensive to break, it gets 1 credit more expensive every time we run.
Yeah, that was the previous week, I think, where we ran into that. Whereas like you were, I think that was that the deck that was running the actually was it was the one that was running the like it was the transaction operation Wayland Identity, I think.
I thought it was BTL.
BTL?
I think it was.
I can't remember now.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago, yeah. Yeah, Justine says it's a really good second ice on a server if you're doing well enough for that. Yeah, that's the thing. And like, if you draw it turn 1, you're like, well, shucks. If it's the only ice in my hand, I'm not happy. Especially if I'm playing Criminal and want to get like protection against transfer of wealth. That doesn't do that.
There's always the dream of making Earth Station C headquarters work, but I just I just don't think that's possible.
We have someone in our local scene that went to Worlds and placed they played Earth Station, and they placed higher than anyone else running Earth Station, which was not many people. But
yeah,
now
I bet.
but now they do constantly talk about how they are the best Earth Station player in the world.
Like it's such a cool idea, but also
Yeah. I don't know what you would need to like print to like make it work.
yeah, it feels like Corp would need some form of like. It feels like there need to be more cards made that like had uh specifically made to make Glacier stronger.
Yeah. That or more things to tax the runner so that like the extra money it just gets harder. But the
Yeah.
problem with that is that anything you're printing to tax the runner monetarily also makes a game net stronger. And the weird thing about game net that I've had to learn like coming in, kind of late here, I think everyone fucking hates game net because a long time ago it was
Hey, it's
busted.
Hoshiko.
Yep. Hey, who'd have thought? And they have like banned all the support pieces for GameNet, so now GameNet's like really weak and bad.
Yeah.
But I think the same stuff that would boost GameNet would boost Earth Station, and no one wants that.
Yeah.
This is like if we mulliganed into this, I wouldn't be upset, but I think we can do better. Yeah, I like this better. Well, we have no ice other than hammer, which is not.
I mean, turn one hedge fund. That's something.
Yeah, turn one hedge fund. I'm happy with. I think let's just do this. Get defended up here. I don't love. I would rather not burn that fly swatter until they have some viruses out, but I also would rather not them like surprise me with spending influence on transfer wealth.
Immediately running archives.
Yeah, they just want to flip as Hoshiko.
Yep.
Another hedge fund. Let's. You know what? Their money is low. I don't know what kind of money they've got in hand. They're gonna lose a credit next turn, so I'm just gonna drop this, res, and take money off of it. If they want to go broke trashing it, they're more than welcome to. I don't think they will.
Also setting up some more.
Yeah, so we'll just take the rest of that money off, and now we are pretty golden on money for a bit here.
Yeah.
Hello, Liar Partnell. This is our first game, so we were just kind of shooting the shit for a half hour there.
Yeah.
Talking about
books,
tournaments,
and
decks,
comics.
books.
Talking about how I'm sad that Earth Station C headquarters is kind of bad.
Yeah. I think most corps from that cycle are bad, because I want to say Earth Station, GameNet, Hyobu Institute, Mirror Morph out of HB is like the only Ashes corp that is like playable, really.
Yeah.
And even that one, like, you gotta be kind of a fucking weirdo to make Mirror Morph work. And there's fucking weirdos out there, and I say that lovingly. But, it's not the most intuitive thing to make work. So
has that a Jinteki one?
That's HB.
Or HB, okay.
That's if you're
right.
If your first, second, and third click are all spent on different things, you get to take another
Yes. Yeah, that's the one where I was like, oh, that seems pretty neat. Yeah. It's gotten places at
it absolutely has. There's people that can make it work. I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
There's Just remind myself what Hyobu does. Why would I ever? Yeah, I was talking. I'm like kind of friend of a friend with some like NSG folks, and I'm in like a Discord somewhere. And I was just like asking like, hey, were there like FFG cards at the time that like made Hyobu make more sense? They're like, they straight to like, no, we were just new to designing Netrunner cards, and like sometimes you whiff. Our opponent had to step away.
Which is the case for all card games, really.
Totally.
Even now, Magic the Gathering has been going on for so many years, and even then, like, there's plenty of times where they just fuck up a card design.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Elevation came out this year, and they had to ban, I think, just one card out of it. I think just ban touch-ups. Was there something else? I don't think so. But, they literally had to ban something a few months after they put it out.
What the fuck does Hyobu do?
It's anytime
absolute clarity.
Yeah, if you've got it in front of you, you can read it.
The first time each turn you reveal a card, gain 1 credit. Click to reveal 1 card from the grip at random or the top card of the stack. Yeah, that does seem like a thing, because like Jinteki has had some cards that like force you to reveal, but it doesn't seem like that big enough of an archetype to like.
Yeah, like one of the big Jinteki like Hyobu support cards is called Public Health Portal. It's an asset that you're just gonna kill my little guy here, are you? Because of cookbook. Yeah. I'm still gonna res to make you waste the chisel on this. And then I just get the ice right back.
Checking to see how many cards have the word reveal.
Yeah. I say, Public Health Portal is one of them. Asset. When your turn begins, reveal the top card of R&D and gain 2. So with Hyobu, you gain 3. And like that's not nothing, but also it's 3 to res and it trashes for 2. So like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't love that happened to us. I think I'm going to put this here. Because if they're running Cookbook, they're going to be running lots of viruses, which means this got a lot more precious all of a sudden. So Winchester will keep HQ safe till we're ready to pop the Fly Swatter, and let's just put that down to maybe, I don't know, beta run, or just, draw cards next turn. Their money is not, like, amazing, so right now, my guess is this is a kill game and not a score game. Okay, they're on Audrey, so we just want to keep them from touching anything they can trash. Which, because of the Gourmands, means any cards whatsoever. Changing their mind. Buffer. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Because they probably only have 1 buffer drive, and they're going to need it if they're going to churn through their deck.
I keep forgetting that, like, one of the other reveal things that Jinteki does a lot is the Psy game.
And they don't really do that nearly as much anymore.
Yeah.
I think there's only 1 Psy game card in the current format.
Yeah, there's Adrian Seiss, I think.
I think he's the only one. Which that was another alt art that artist had. It was Adrian Seiss drawn in like the Mob Psycho 100 like shitty doodle style.
I do like the Psy game.
It's kind of a fun little shitty thing to do. I think a lot of old heads are pretty traumatized by Caprice Nisei. Losing a lot of games to functionally rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm worried.
See how they run is a good agenda.
fake out and you want to hit this spin doctor.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, see how they run's good. People use that for like kill combos. I'm losing this anthill because that's what happens when you put an anthill on the table. They don't print it on the text of the card, but...
See what happens when you put an anthill on the table?
The actual thing that Anthill Excavation Contract does is it summons a pinhole threading to the runner's hand.
Yeah.
How much I want to bet that they don't have another chisel here? They've only got one... Oh, wait, no, they've got Simulchip. I'm a dummy. They have a chisel whenever they want a chisel. Never mind.
Yeah.
Then there's this. That I'm happy for, and we've got a measured response now, so... If they steal this, I think they will be in prime measurement position. If they don't steal it, then we can start hitting them with the old SDS yo-yo. So I'm pretty happy either way. I would love to see some of my sniper horse girls. Those would be lovely to... Oh,
I would like to see them too.
Yeah. Oh, I guess... Alright. Yeah, you will kill this hammer if I res this hammer. Is that worth it to me, though, to use up your Simulchip? If I had a card in hand that was pay 6 credits to trash a piece of hardware for free, would I play it right now? I've got a lot of money. I think I would.
Yeah. What are they gonna do?
They're gonna Simulchip, bring back the chisel, use Devil Charm to drop this to 0 strength so chisel kills it. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah.
Yep. Which I'm accepting just on the basis that it burns resources for him. You know, now they can't do that to ice that is defending my agendas.
Yeah, they can't do that to an ice that is like, you know, they'll like get a point.
Now they probably have, you know, additional Simulchips and Devil Charms, but you know, they can only do it so many times.
Also, you know, this is their last run, so they can only hit...
Oh, yeah, they are on click 0. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they are. They can only hit R&D once before you get a chance to ice it up again.
And if they play one more card, depending on what this costs, if they steal an agenda here, they just lose. Okay, no, it's cheap enough that that's not going to happen. But
that'd be really funny, though.
Yeah. Okay, Daniela, love to see that. Let's go ahead and goes to Kana and score. And let's grab out... What would Logjam's strength be at this point? We've got 3, so it'd be at 4 strength, which would cost 2 cards to trash with Audrey. Yeah, I think that's worth doing.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
That's not terrible at all. Let's go ahead and... Now, the question is, do we put it on R&D, or do we raw dog R&D and shore up this server? Because
I don't know about raw dogging R&D. That seems well, I mean, I guess they
do have a twinning down, and they're at 3 points. It's probably the smart move is to defend R&D, even if the fun move is to play it fast and loose. Botulus on Descent is solid. Like, they will get through this once, but then I can bounce Descent back to hand, and they lose the Botulus, so...
Yeah. Justine, very rarely is leaving R&D open a good idea in my experience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen, I know, but
I've done that before, and Lucas punished me for it.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Especially if you're just playing with like System Gateway, you just slap conduit down, run 4 times, win.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yep.
It's fucked up.
Oh, cool. They lost another pinhole threading from the price. That is a good... Would they buffer back? Gourmand. Okay, yeah.
Ray Aether says, if God wanted you to win, he wouldn't put the agendas on top.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. You know how to play Netrunner. I would love them to run HQ. I would love to slap them with a fly swatter so bad right now. Let's grab back the logjam.
They're forcing you to
crack
that spin doctor.
Back the hammer and the hedge fund. I think having good liquid cash as we're approaching threat 4 here is a good idea. I think we cash in the petty cash this turn. I think we just get them started on this bullshit. Hit that. Hit. Oh, alright, you get to pick here. Alright, put Daniela on the remote. Advance this once. If this sits here, we get to seamless advance, and score it. If it doesn't sit here, they have to sack a program, lose 4 cards out of... Or no, well, yeah, get hit for 2 damage, lose 2 more cards back to their deck. Oh, they had 3 pinholes. Wow, okay.
That many pinhole.
I mean, it makes sense. It's a good card.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're coming after this, so let's just do that, because to trash it, they also have to put stuff back on the bottom.
Pinhole is so good that I'm almost like, I wonder if it should get restricted, but also it is there for a reason.
I could see the case for upping its influence cost from 1 to 2, but yeah, it is simultaneously like, I think it's kind of critical, but also there are some cards that like, oh, this is such a cool card, dies to Pinhole. You know,
yeah.
Plutus being the really big one.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it seems like they almost treat it sort of like the runner's version of Spin Doctor, where like it serves a really critical purpose.
Yeah.
But also,
and I guess, you know, the argument would be, hey, simply ice up your archives, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Put Shylandra on over your archives.
Well, Shylandra won't stop the Pinhole.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get an ETR on there if you want that, but or at least, you know, put a hammer on there. You know, really make them regret doing it. That was an expensive move. Again, if they steal, we win. Well, not necessarily. They got 2 clicks left. They can fix that. Oh, there's one Angelique.
No, Horse Girl.
No, she's got...
Are they going to trash Angelique? That's the question.
They did, yeah. Oh, and there goes a DRM from Gourmand. That's why it was taking a long time, because they're like, what the fuck does this card do? I go very low on money if I res this, but I have petty cash, which will bounce me right back. Like I said, then we can bounce her back. Oh, and Divested Trust gets us money back. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Justine talking about Pinhole says, it's simply that good, but also maybe it needs to be when you got cards like Fut around. That's the other thing. Plutus, It feels like a bummer that Pinhole just takes it down. Fut, it's very like, no, that motherfucker needs to be able to die easy. Maybe the answer is Plutus just needed a higher trash cost.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, I think it's I think it's 3. Maybe it should be 4. Like, if wage workers can be... If fucking wage workers can cost 4... we will... Oh. Okay, you're recent in the click. Good.
they're going after HQ.
Yeah. Let me think here.
Do you want to balance it now?
I don't think I do. Wait, the trouble is if I score SDS, I'm broke, right?
Right.
So I'm almost wondering if I don't score it this turn and just use petty cash to get my money back up. Like, the board's not getting nicer to them, right? So I think we can afford to just let it cook for a turn.
Okay, and they can't get in?
They can get in, but they take 2 damage, a tag, shuffle, or put 2 of their cards back on the bottom of the stack, and then I pop Divested Trust and just take it right back.
Right, that's true.
So they pay a ton and, get nothing for it. Let's draw... Oh, and now it's even worse. So now they can get in. They have to have 6 cards in hand to actually steal it, or they die.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was the right call.
Yep. And again, even if they draw up to 6, run, steal, they lose their entire hand, and they don't even get to keep the agenda. This is a very rude deck.
That's what Waylon's the best at, is being extremely rude. That's why I love them.
The moment I realized the way Divested Trust and SDS work together, I'm like, everybody that shits on Bangoon is simply wrong. This is the most fun you can have in this game.
I do still really like Built to Last.
So, I have never actually played Built to Last. I think Built to Last might be my least favorite corp to go up against. Which, to me, signals I should start playing some Built to Last to get, like...
You should try some Built to Last.
Like, if only to teach myself where its weak points are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now we hit that, and we score out the SDS. And we can't actually kill Audrey, but we can force you to spend a Simul Chip and take away some of Audrey's virus counters. So I'm more than happy with that trade.
Yeah, Justine says, now I see this deck's appeal. Yeah, you get it.
It's cruel and unusual punishment. Also...
Yeah, it's taking out a revolver and saying, do you feel lucky, punk?
Yes. I was going to say we've almost ground their deck down, but there is no way in hell they don't have Ashen Epilogue in this deck. Yeah, it's right there. And they'll use Buffer Drive to bounce it back.
Yeah.
Alright. This turn's a good turn to do this. So now that Botulus is gone. Let's do this. Let's do... this, and let's do this. Also, threat's active now, so if we can really start thinking about, can we win through kill? Yep, there's Ashen Epilogue. Oh, shit. Are we getting... Oh, yep. Matt has pinged us.
Oh.
Let me add him to this group. Do we... Oh, yeah, we absolutely... Well, yeah. Yeah, we make you waste a Devil Charm on a cheapo ice. Oh, shit, yeah, Matt's been ready for, like, 40 minutes.
Oh, no!
I don't know why I didn't get a ding. Yeah, shoot. I'm bad at like Discord sometimes makes me feel like an old man because I'm like, how do I do basic features? There's how you add somebody. Yeah. Welcome back, Iris.
Hi. I forgot that it makes you do a different call.
Yeah, I didn't realize it would do that.
Hey, what up?
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Alrighty.
Oh, you're not burning the double charm. Okay.
All right.
Sorry you were left out for so long.
No, that's fine.
You're good. No worries.
Matt was like, I don't. Sorry. Was like super modernism a deck type when you were playing that? Like the Wayland, like rush/kill. We'll just like pivot back and forth to whatever's works the best in the moment.
Yeah, most definitely. It fell in and out of meta, at various times in the lifespan. Yeah. I know when it was originally set, you used Grendel, but that fell out of favor relatively quickly. But it popped up in various iterations.
Yeah.
Before and after.
This is kind of a slower version of the same game plan.
Okay. Let me actually jump on Jinteki.
Oh, you're just gonna observe from JNet?
Yeah, because I need to read the cards because I can't.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, my ID, how it works, I can install agendas face up, but if they access a face up agenda, they take 2 meat damage and a tag.
Okay.
So it's kind of a retrain of, I don't know if you remember Argus Security.
I do.
Yeah, it's sort of a different take on similar idea, you know?
Fuck. That is not...
Yeah. Matt played a lot of FFG Netrunner and is probably much more knowledgeable about that, like, era of the game than I am.
I also played a lot more FFG Netrunner than I did of the current era.
I got really into it for about like a year and a half, and then like, whoa, Janet just freaked the fuck out. And then like the game store I went to closed. I was like, well, I guess I'm done playing Netrunner.
Yeah, and I imagine the game probably would have shut down relatively.
It was a couple years later because I got into it in like 2015, I want to say, and then like stopped like in 2016. And then I think it shut down in 2019.
Yeah.
I mostly only played it with a friend of mine, so I didn't really go to any tournaments at all for it.
Yeah.
And here we are. I'm going to be quietly reading cards for the next 10 minutes or so.
You're good. Because you've like not really looked at the NSG stuff at all, right?
I've looked at some of it. I know they functionally retrained Jackson Howard, which is very funny to me.
Yep, that's Spin Doctor.
They pretty much just straight up said like, yeah, why didn't I res that Fly Swatter? I lost that measured response for no good reason. Got too absorbed talking to my friend Matt, who I haven't spoken to in a long time.
Sure, blame Matt.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it.
I mean, I'm broke now, but that's fine. Yeah, I think they pretty much just straight up said like, yeah, the corp kind of doesn't function without some version of Jackson Howard.
Yeah, which I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that.
There's just no way to fix flooding without it, you know?
Yeah, here's the thing, right? Is I don't necessarily agree that like the game is unplayable or that you can't have meaningful games of Netrunner. Especially with the fact that Jackson Howard basically became a 3 influence tax on any identity that wasn't NBN. I think that specific aspect of that was really fucking lame.
That's exactly the part I hated most about it.
That is the exact same thing that happens with Spin Doctor. Like people, that's something people like. Why didn't they just make Spin Doctor a neutral card? But yeah, don't hit the spike.
And
I don't have the money to pay for it, please.
I have a lot of sympathy for that argument, if I'm being honest. Yeah. But moving away from that whole can of worms, the thing about Jackson is Jackson's a really interesting design case because he's an example of something that's by play metrics is blatantly overpowered because Jackson was at 3 copies in like 80% of core decks.
Right.
And even the decks that weren't running 3 copies were frequently running 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And of those decks not using Jackson, almost all of it was Cerebral Imaging shutdown combo nonsense. I know that as a Cerebral Imaging player. Before that got blasted out of the fucking game.
Yeah.
I can't believe
that was the one where like your hand size equals your credit total, right?
Yeah, that was the one that basically let you play Yu-Gi-Oh! In Netrunner, where you just did degenerate combo bullshit. You did nothing for like 12 turns, and then you were like, all right, 7 points, I win the game. Or, all right, 12 meat damage, I win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
It was on win-loss rate a balanced top-tier deck. Like, it wasn't really stronger than any of the others, like top-tier decks. But a lot like Scorpius, it led to really noxious play patterns. Well, I think I didn't actually mind Scorpius.
What did Scorpius
but as somebody
do? I think
who
that
really
one's
likes
not from when I was playing.
Scorpius is the Scorpius defense system. It's a Wayland ID. Whenever a runner card is trashed from any location, you may force the runner to remove it from the game instead of adding it to the heap. Use this ability only once per turn.
Yeah, you actually, I think, played that against me one time because I was on... I think we played a few matches, actually, because I was on Geist and you were on Scorpius, and that's or was, I guess, a really interesting matchup because your ability is always live in that matchup, but Geist naturally has shit tons of redundant cards, which makes selectively sniping at choosing what you're going to try and snipe out and deny me access to really, really hard, actually.
Yeah, the big corp IDs I remember playing back then were Harpsichord Studios, Argus Security, and Acme Consulting. Those are the big ones I remember playing a lot of. And I barely remember... I remember what Argus does. I don't really remember what the other two do.
Don't really remember what one does?
Harpsichord Studios or Acme Consulting. I never... Isn't Acme, like, consider the runner to have one more tag than they actually have or something like that?
Don't remember what the fuck did Harpsichord do because it was relevant and it's gonna bother me.
I remember doing like Astro Train bullshit out of it, but I don't remember what the actual ID did.
What did it do? Actually, runner cannot steal more than 1 agenda each turn.
That's yeah, that's nasty.
That's that was an extremely good ability.
That's crazy good, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I remember you said Harpsichord. I was like, right, that was like one of the top level relevant.
That name is triggering the Kill Bill sirens for me, but I don't remember why.
Yeah, exactly. Like precisely. Oh my god.
Yeah, the big corps right now. I think Wayland. It's 2. One of them is Chelsea. Why'd you just come in and sit on the floor?
I told you to shush.
I know, but then you sat on the floor, which it inspired my curiosity.
She's on bed priorities.
Okay.
Wow, the Lago Shelter is actually nuts. Holy shit.
Yeah, Lago Shelter is really good. Yeah, the big corp IDs right now. At a Wayland, it's Built to Last, which, first of all, can run 5 fewer cards than most corp IDs. It only has like a 40 card minimum.
Yeah.
Which means you can run fewer agendas. You can literally just have 6 3-pointers. And its ability is anytime you use like the basic action to advance something that's not already advanced, you gain 2 credits. So basically, you install anything, advance it, and you gain a credit instead of losing a credit.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite IDs.
Yeah, it's like very good, and then there's, Wayland has tons of advanceable ice, so it,
There's good economic efficiency for doing the things that Wayland is going to be doing no matter what strategy
it just glaciers up, makes a ton of money, and then if you ever actually manage to spend enough money to get through all their bullshit ice, then they just kill you.
They can shoot you. Yeah.
The big kill move right now is a card called Measured Response, which does 4 meat damage unless the runner pays 8 credits. So it's tough.
Or you can advance one of 2 fake out assets they have easy access to.
Yeah.
That can also murder you.
Actually, you know what? Don't do that. Why make it easy for you? Well, oh, you got 2 Simulchips. You'll just Simulchip the Botulus over to something else.
Oh, Gourmand's interesting. Did they get rid of Imp?
Yeah, it's a retrain of Imp.
Okay. Gourmand's arguably better than Imp in a lot of instances.
In some ways, yeah, because like it's immune to like purging virus counters. It gets you cards.
Yeah, you can't purge virus counters. It's 0 cost to install.
Yeah.
It's a program, but it doesn't seem to have a. Oh, it has 1 memory cost.
1 memory, yeah.
And its cycling itself is actually really nice as well.
Yeah. Tell you what, let's install here to try and get you to run, and then I can res this and bounce it back. Yeah, the other big Wayland ID is called Ob Super Heavy Logistics, and that is the combo bullshit ID right now. It is anytime you trash a rezzed card, one of your own rezzed cards, you can search your deck for a card that costs 1 less, exactly 1 less, and install and res it for no cost. And you can only do it once per turn.
Okay.
So it's a lot of like, hey, you have econ cards that like load money onto it, then trash it when it's empty, and you just, use that to then get a piece of ice out or some shit, Or just get like combo pieces out and just do a lot of bullshit.
Sounds like my kind of deck.
Yeah. The big HB ones right now, Precision Design is probably Precision Design is one of the 2 big ones. It's like BTL, it's got a lower deck minimum. All their like core sets, they're only 40 cards instead of 45.
Okay.
It gets +1 hand size, so it's got 6 hand size, and anytime it scores an agenda, it can bounce a card from archives back to hand. So again, you can do some like, HB combo bullshit with that. And then Leo Construction's the other big HB. It's more of a Glacier thing, which is once per turn, you can trash a rezzed Bioroid to end the run.
Okay. Oh, Botulus is absurd, actually. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's kind of a retrain of Data Sucker.
Yeah, but this is, like, probably better than Data Sucker, actually.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't really remember the specifics
it's arguable
of Data Sucker, yeah.
because Data Sucker's entire thing was... Data Sucker was actually a pretty well-balanced and fine card. It was synergizing with Parasite that made it, like, really absurd.
Yeah.
Because you just run into ice and explode it for, like, 4 credits, 2 cards, and it was like, yeah, that was a nice wall of ice you have.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
They Snare rotated out with the newest set, and they just printed Bite, which has the exact same text as Snare, with the flavor text "you thought you were safe?" ?
Like, I gotta ask the question: why even fucking bother?
I think
I guess it's because it's funny. Is the reason?
It's funny, and I think they're
enough.
Early on they would just reprint. Like, Sure Gamble is still a card because they reprinted it in their own core set.
Yeah.
But then with this most recent set, they've gotten towards more of if they really want a card to stick around, they like rename it and just like make it their own thing that does like Biotic Labor is gone, but Nano Management does the exact same thing Biotic Labor does.
Biotic does, yeah.
Like same cost, same. It's not a retrain. It's just a rename.
Yeah.
Justine says, "Yippee, table bite! I love table bites."
They seem dedicated to running the remote whatever I put in there, and there they go. They're gonna pinhole the bite and eat it.
Well, there we go.
Huff my farts. Get biting. They just steal skin in hand, so. I mean, their deck's almost empty, and they definitely don't have 2 Ashen Epilogues. Like, this game is kind of turned into, like, a grinder, but it's a grinder we're gonna come out on top of.
Yeah. That's so beautiful.
They lost 2 Audreys on... Oh, I think they don't have any break. I think Botulus is the only breaker they've got. Oh, no. I was
actually just about to say, do they have any way to reshuffle their deck?
They've got one that they've already used.
Okay.
Yeah, but
they've
that's
got
gone
Ashen
forever.
Epilogue, which costs 5. You
The top
shuffle
5
everything
after
back
you
together.
shuffle the
You
deck.
remove the top 5 cards from play, and then you draw 5. And I think it hit
Ashen
both.
Epilogue itself gets removed from play too.
Either their breaker is still in hand, or they lost both copies of their breaker. I don't know if they have a third copy or not.
That'd be so funny.
I mean, they're doing just fine. They're getting into R&D.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they could win off of this run. It's entirely possible they win off this run.
Do they have multi-access?
Yeah, they do. The twinning over here will get them to C3.
Got it.
And you only have 12 cards in the deck.
Yeah, and there's 4 3-pointers in here, so this could be the end, no problem. I think they're seeing an SDS and deciding whether to steal it. I called it.
Yep, there it is.
But they didn't win.
They didn't win. Okay.
If they get one more agenda, though.
That is so true. Oh, that's right. I've got one in hand, so they don't. Yeah. And now they're checking archives. They're like, where the fuck are their agendas? There's two measured response, so I'm not measuring them.
Okay. This is a card gamer moment. Petty cash in the removed from the game side. Play only if you have not finished an action yet this turn.
Yeah.
Why would they not just print play? Why would it not just be because FFG Netrunner had something like this
Priority,
where you had to play it as the first click of your turn.
Yeah.
Is there a meaningful distinction between those two? Is there some sort of weird fringe case interaction?
Yes, because there are assets that will like let you play an operation. And technically, if you didn't spend your click on petty cash, so it said play is only the first click of your turn, you wouldn't be able to use them with that.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Or like there's operations that are like, what is it? Corporate hospitality. It's like draw 2 cards, you can play 1 operation, and you could play petty cash off of that. Whereas if it was a priority, you couldn't.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
I think we win because it's going to be another 2 whole turns before they can check R&D again, and we can always just slap Descent on R&D.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're gonna run. Oh, I dropped the. Right, I've used up the fly swatter. That's right. But that's fine. Afshore keeps them out. I think we've got this.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not. Never say never, but if they had another Audrey, they would have put it down by now. I don't think they have another Audrey. We don't need Tucana. That phase of the game is over. Yep, double checking archives. Yeah, they are fully.
Like, come on, please.
Yeah.
Gaining credits.
And there's Divested Trust. Yes, we're gonna slap this on R&D just to be safe.
Oh, MTG Red's no longer involved in the development of JNet.
Oh yeah, I think that like changed hands at some point.
Shit. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. Dude was working on this shit for God only knows how long.
I know. I don't think NSG has any like stake in JNet. I know they like kind of own and operate NRDB now, which is kind of cool. That like just the people that make the game just control the database. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty useful.
Yeah. Very sorry. I can keep you out everywhere, buddy. Got a long, hard game, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. That's...
Oh, I misread Divested Trust for a moment.
Yeah.
I read my brain read that as add it to your scoring area, and I was like, "What the fuck is this card?"
No, yeah, that would be nonsense.
Immediately becomes the best agenda in the game, bar none. Holy shit.
No, I think Divested Trust is generally disliked as just kind of like, you're just kind of jerking off, right? You're scoring an agenda for the purpose of forfeiting it, and then, like, you're just slowing the game down. You're not pushing it forward in either direction. With Bangoon, though, it works out because they have to take damage and a tag to touch it. And if I've got it scored, then, like, you take the damage and the tag, and you don't even get an agenda out of paying that cost, you know?
Yeah. God, could you imagine if you could use Divested Trust with Thule Subsea, how painful that would be.
That'd be nuts. They did just do. I did not want to get up early for it, so I did not play in it. But they did they called it Costume Party, where you could play any ID and pick a faction other than the normal faction it's a part of, and treat it like that's the faction it's a part of.
That's really funny.
And I was thinking, like, Jinteki Bangoon would be so funny to do.
Oh.
If you just put an enemy which does 2 damage when it's rezzed in front of a Fuji asset retrieval, you literally can't steal it. Kiss my grits.
Built to last NBN Fast Advance? Is that
I maybe would go built to last HB Fast Advance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Criminal this time.
There's no ice in this hand, and not that much money. I think it's a mulligan.
Ooh. Yeah.
Listen, I like having bite in this deck. I don't ever actually want to draw it, really. I want it in R&D.
Yeah, you want it anywhere other than your hand.
Yeah. Alright, well, we don't want them... What's that?
I was going to say, that's a good ass ability on that criminal right
Loosely
there.
hot? Yeah, it's solid. It's also a very like, beginner-friendly ability, you know?
Like, yeah, it's something that just kind of passively gets you value.
Like, if I was teaching someone how to play, I might have them use Muesli Hot.
If they wanted to play Crim, I'm struggling to think of what would be, like, a better starting ability.
The other starting one would be the actual Corset Crim, who...
Gabe, I'm assuming? Is Gabe still the...
No, Gabe's gone.
No, there's
yeah.
one that... like wants you to run every.
It's Zaya who, or sorry, I don't remember. She when she accesses R&D or HQ the first time, she gains 1 credit for each card she accesses.
Incentivizing running HQ or R&D as a criminal. What is this topsy-turvy world? Criminals hit headquarters and nothing else, and remotes if they have a single piece of ice because you inside job the ice.
Criminals now are more we hit centrals, just all centrals all the time. Like HQ is maybe the prime one, but yeah.
They also really like run operations.
Like
they loved run operations even back.
That part has not changed. Like the number 1 criminal, Muesli Hot's probably the solid number 2 criminal. Number 1 is Sable,
right?
Yeah, her ability is at the start of each turn, they call it identifying your mark, which is you randomly decide one of the central servers. You just roll a die in person. And if you do a successful run on your mark, you get back a click.
So I have a question with Saucy right here.
Yeah.
This thing, is Crescentis still in the game?
No, I don't even know what Crescentis is.
Crescentis was a 1-cost, 1-memory program that was in, I think, Genesis. In the
Study and
the
Static
OG game. Yeah, in the OG game.
Yeah.
Where you could trash it if you broke all the subroutines on a piece of past ice to de-res that ice.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not there.
I remember that guy.
Now, the big thing you combo with Saucy is this card they just drew called Window of Opportunity, which is a run event where you de-res 1 piece of ice in the server you're running, and then at the end of the run, they can re-res it for free. So you get 2 Saucy pops off of it.
Okay.
Ray says, for a second I was like, man, I would love to draft Netrunner, but then I was like, wait, that's not a thing you can do at all. I think technically there are some people...
You can't, like obviously
people figured it out, but...
Like, people have to put together draft queues to draft Netrunner.
Yeah, it's a specific thing people have to, like, figure out to do.
Yeah, I've never done it, because it's...
You don't just, like, go to a store and open up packs.
I'm bad enough at deck building when I get all the time in the world and all the cards I want. I don't need extra pressure on that one.
Justine says, the Bangan I played this week had some influenced Anemone, which earned my warriors respect.
I have thought about pulling that move, but it's just influence is so tight with Bangoon.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Swift is insane. Jesus Christ.
Swift is really good, yeah. It was supposed to be, it was originally Ken Tenma's console was the idea, but Ken has rotated and his console hasn't. Do we let you take the damage here? No, I want that fucking agenda scored. And I will go broke to get it. can't score. We do not need 3 measured responses, especially not this early in the game. They don't do anything early on. And also, I think they're going to be richer than God, and we're probably not killing them with measured response. We're going to put down an anthill, which, as I said before, will summon pinhole threading to their hand by magic. Game Dragon. Interesting. Okay. Wait, so are they just running Marjana? Are they not using Marjana to boost Rising Tide? That's interesting. There's Anthill. Ooh, boy. We are flooding up a little bit. You hate to see it, especially when I'm only drawing barriers and they have their Fractor. I'm going to draw for a Descent or a Spin Doctor. I got another agenda.
Oh my god.
Here's the spicy play I'm going to make. You want it? Come fucking get it, stupid. See, I feel bad immediately because in my head I am just trash talking a not. When I'm streaming, I can't say things like that. I don't mean it. I feel bad now. I'm very sorry to the person I'm playing. I don't think you're stupid. I'm just being a dipshit. I will get Spin Doctors or Basalt Spires. I don't need these measured responses right now. They're taking up time. They're taking up room. Can't res that, so come on in. You have no multi-access, so I'm not that upset about it. Although you do get
bam, 3-pointer off the top.
They better not after I've drawn 3 of the 6 3-pointers. Alright, there goes the last measured response. Oh, they're leaving it. Okay. You have a ton of money. Why not trash that? That's interesting. Like, I know we're not on threat, but... Oh, now they're coming for that. Okay. Okay, well...
I mean, I am a little surprised they never did like a functional reprint of Gabriel Santiago, honestly, where it's just like you make a run on HQ and you gain 2 credits for the first time.
Yeah, and I guess the reasoning was maybe he was like a little bit low on the power level, which I would agree with, but
yeah,
you can tinker with the numbers on that guy and make him fine, like really easily.
You just said it, but what
give
does
him
he do?
a link strength. What's up?
The first time you make a successful run on HQ each turn, gain 2 credits.
2 credits.
Like,
yeah,
the criminal from the core set, like the original core set.
I think Zaya kind of is supposed to be a retrain of that, right? Because she's, you know, she does get money off of running centrals, and like she by default only gets 1, but if you get multi-access set up, she can earn 3 or 4. You know.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this.
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Shaper has a functional of Kate.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the only Jinteki anyone plays right now is this real bastard corp they just put out called AUCO, which anytime it deals damage or trashes cards from its hand, it gets a power counter. And once it gets 2 power counters at the start of your turn, you can pay 2 power counters to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add 2 of them to hand, trash 1 of them. So it just rips through its deck. And like the tricky thing about it is like if you're not, you know, it's not like an auto just like draw because you will mill yourself out if you don't play it smart.
Yeah.
But, you know, people know how to play it smart. We're gonna score this. This is practically an econ card with how flooded we are.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think that's actually your play because you've got decent ice on your centrals.
Yeah.
Sucks that you're gonna have to spend next turn clicking, but you do what you have to.
Oh, they're coming right in here, so. And you see an SDS. I get my money back.
Back in your hand.
Oh, and they got to trash Saucy for it, so that was a relatively cheap thing to do. Not having to like give up a breaker for it, you know.
Yeah.
We are just gonna try and get some money going. Oh, that's gonna be bad because they can get in here. Oof. Okay, no, you must have Rising Tide. Why would you put multiple Marjanas down otherwise? Unless maybe you've got like a... Oh, you probably like Echelon, or you're just trying to boost your... Yeah, okay. Well, that's not going to stop you, unfortunately. Oh, wait, no, this saves us. Hell yeah, expend this. Put these guys back. And they don't know that we have 3 SDSs, so they might assume that there's no more agendas in the HQ. Surely I wouldn't have all 3 of them in like... I've got the minimum possible number of agendas in this deck. How would I have 4 in hand at the same time? That makes no sense.
It'd be pretty wild, huh?
I was playing a different Glacier deck. Again, only 7 agendas in the whole deck. And I had 6 of them in hand. It's like, that's not how this is supposed to work, guys. Hold on now.
That's real rough.
I think we put Winchester on Archives just to stop you from having good runs to charge with the Marjanas. Because Marjana sucks if you can't do a free run. It doesn't end the run, but it hurts your money horrifically.
This is it, yeah.
So I think we'll do that. Stop giving me agendas, please.
No, more agendas.
Nope, there's Revolver. That ain't... Oh, this sucks. This sucks to be me. You only... Yeah, +1. Okay. You have no multi-access setup is the only saving grace here. Also, if you're not thinking it through, they might want to de-res these logjams because they're expensive, but that will just let them earn power counters again, so when I do re-res them, they are way stronger.
Ooh, that's devious. I definitely would have fallen for that first time I played against this.
And that is exactly what they just did.
Oh.
So, I think we can...
So that thing's re-resing is what, like 8 strength, 9?
I think... well, so how it works is when you res it, it gets 1 power counter for each different type of card in Archive, so it might even be more.
Yes.
So
you have an upgrade, you got an op,
assets. So it'll, and then, yeah, so it'll be 8 strength, which, yeah.
Sick.
On 6 credits, and, you know, these breakers? Yes, please.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Yup. Advance, and I think just credit, try and keep our money up.
And before you get blown out by Inside Job.
Inside Job's gone.
Oh. And before you get broken out by Grappling Hook.
I believe the only cards from FFG that are still in the format are Hedge Fund, Sure Gamble, and SMC. I think they're the only... And then, like, there's, like, Nano Management and Byte, which are renaming.
Yeah, functional reprints, yeah.
I think everything else is a retrain. Like, there is, like, the main Inside Job retrain only works on Centrals.
Okay.
But also, they introduced this new concept called Threat, where, like, if the threat level is at 4, that means at least one player has 4 points. And the way Estebrado, the Inside Job retrain, works is it's just Inside Job, but only on Centrals at first. And then, can you get into this? I do not think you can. Let me just do the math real fast. That's 8 strength. So it's 6 to boost. No, you cannot. Yeah, you... Get out of here. How'd I get to 9? We miscounted somehow. Oh, there's ice in here. I missed the ice. That's how. But no, once you're at threat 4, you bypass the first ice you encounter, and then you can pay a click to bypass the second ice you encounter. Oh, you had Debbie money. I missed the Debbie money. So you're gonna be completely broke, but you do get it. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about Debbie. And I do have 2 measures, but I don't have any money to spend on them. I went from feeling pretty good about this to feeling pretty bad about this. Because, yeah, they know full well we're on threat. They're just going to sit back and money up.
Now here's a misses the timing question.
Yeah.
Divest. So they're at 6 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say you have another score, divested trust, and they hit an agenda that
They
would
win.
put them over the top.
Yeah,
they win automatically. You can't interact.
Yeah, I think technically it comes down to priority. It's the runner's turn, so they have priority, and the victory triggers before the corp abilities do.
Okay.
It's the same way that, like, if you were playing against, like, Personal Evolution back in the day, if they have an empty hand and score an agenda, they win before PE kills them, you know?
Yeah. I kind of assumed it was the same deal here.
Yeah. Now, the good news
Asking
is...
asking about only the most fringe case of interaction.
It comes up, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's fringe case, but it's not so unrealistic that you never encounter it in a match.
Yeah, I went to a tournament yesterday, and we were talking about it, and I had a horrible game where the runner got to 6, like, instantly. And I had, like, a divested that was well defended, and they're like, shit, I don't really want to run that and steal it. And I was like, oh, I mean, it doesn't matter. If I score this, I can't do anything with it. It's 1 point. Like, oh, okay, you shouldn't have told me that. I don't care now. I'm like, well, I'll simply win then. Never mind.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm going to score this, and then install this. I was going to say, make them feel pressured to run this, but the truth is, they can't. They got to run this once. They're not getting to run it twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they could.
What,
this is going to get
do
to
you
7.
have 4 pointers in your deck? Why are you running Seamless Launch?
I've got them for these guys, for the Basalt Spires. So I can, like, you can do tricks with them where, now that I've got a Seamless Launch in the trash, I can install...
Oh, you can play Seamless, recurse Seamless, play Seamless Advance score.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yep. Or even just, you know, hey, install Advance, and then, like, Ice is better than install Advance, you know? And then I can Seamless Advance the next turn. I probably should have rezzed this Winchester, but I'm low on money. They're almost out of cards, and since they're criminal, that also means they're almost out of money.
Would they have access to something that lets them reshuffle deck?
In theory, they could put Ashen Epilogue in here. Typically, the only decks that use that are Anarchs that are really aggressive about trashing through their deck to find what they want. You know, we don't have Max anymore, but we have a lot of cards with Max-like effects.
Yeah. I mean, I'd assume they'd keep that aspect of,
yeah.
That aspect of Anarch.
Like, one of the big Anarch cards is called The Price. It's 1 credit operation. You trash oh, shit. This might be game. How many 2 oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-costers? Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Ooh.
Because this isn't even multi-access. You look at them and access 1, right? Yep, there it is. Good game.
Torched. Jesus Christ, your luck was terrible!
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Justine says they did have an action, but it got trashed. Okay, fair enough, Yeah, right there. Okay. Alright, let's do some runner stuff. I feel less great about where my runner deck is. The big change I made here was we talked about it. I feel a little more confident going a bit high on deck count, especially when you have a ton of ways to mill through your deck. But I took this to a tournament, and again, I went 4-2. I did not do badly at the tournament. But the one runner game I lost because I just could not find what I needed to find fast enough. So I have shaved this down to 46 cards, and it's gone 2-2 so far, so I'm still not thrilled with it, but we'll see how it goes.
Shoutouts to playing Anarch back when Wildside and that stupid like genetic modification card was in play. So you'd play that, you'd play Wildside, and you'd for 2 cards, 5 credits, you'd get to draw 2 for free every single turn.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that didn't last long. But shoutouts to running that combo and then having all 6 copies of it in the bottom 10. You'll love to see it.
So the runner I'm using is I forget his full name, but it's Sebastião Seb. His deal is that when you take your first tag, like go from 0 tags to 1 tag, you can install a resource from hand, paying 2, or a connection resource specifically, paying 2 less. And basically every connection in the format right now costs 2 or less, so it's free. There's like 1 that costs 3 that you like to run. So it's weirdly kind of like Big Rig Anarch, where instead of installing a ton of like programs and hardware, you're installing a ton of resources.
Okay. I'm assuming Tag Me Anarch is still in the game in some form or variety.
Seb is the closest thing we have to it right now, and he only really wants to have 1 tag at a time because he wants to get a tag, install something, clear the tag, get another tag, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
You mean there's no more like Mars for Martians analog?
Not right now, no.
Okay.
There was more Tag Me. There was a really fun Tag Me Criminal before rotation at the start of the year. But yeah, right now there's not really a reason to like build up lots of tags as the runner.
That was the name of the card, right? Mars for Martians?
That was the name of the card.
Yeah, here we go. Mars for Martians, 0 cost, priority is what it was. Play only as your first click. 0 cost, event priority. Draw 1 card for every installed clan resource. Gain 1 credit for each tag you have.
Yeah, there's nothing like that right now.
Okay, yeah.
They've announced that like the next set is coming probably in the next month or 2. They don't have a hard date yet, but that's like they said Q1 2026, so you know. And they've kind of said like probably earlier in Q1 than later. They have said that like there's like holes in the meta right now that they want to fill with it. There's very specifically, we're not trying to like here's some new Netrunner stuff. It's more like here's some stuff that like that really big rotation we did kind of like made not real anymore.
Yeah, kind of left in the lurch.
Like bad publicity basically doesn't exist right now. There's like 2 cards that have the words bad publicity on them, and no one plays either of them.
Yeah, well, that's. Some things never change, I guess.
Well, except before rotation, they had an ID called the Outfit. It was Wayland, and I forget exactly how it worked, but like it wanted bad publicity.
Yeah, the Outfit was an ID. Gain 3 credits whenever you take at least 1 bad publicity.
Yes, that's what it was. So every time you gain bad pub, you're getting money. So you're doing like hostile takeovers and then like getting the money back. You're doing all sorts of stuff. They also have a card called, I'm blanking on it, but it is a 2/6 agenda out of Wayland, but it costs 1 less to score for each bad pub you have.
Right, I remember that one. That one was
and like right now, there is no reasonable way to score it.
Rip.
Whereas like the thing with the Outfit is, yeah, you would like fast advance out hostile takeovers, make money doing it, and then that lets you fast advance out those guys, you know?
Yeah.
It was regulatory capture.
Regulatory capture, that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, you could it would cap it for bad publicity, but then it would basically be a 2/2.
Right, so you can fast advance them.
Yeah.
They've also.
Is there a
Data
Raven functional reprint or
yes?
In the game?
The Data Raven reprint is called Funhouse. It's 5 to res. I think it's 4 strength. When you encounter it, you either have to take a tag or end the run, and then it has 1 sub that is take a tag or pay 4 credits.
Okay. So yeah, basically just Data Raven.
Very similar, yeah.
Not identical, but
right, but functional.
Very close.
Let's run the Spin Doctor and try and make you use it up. Yep. And then let's run here. Flip this. Tailspike's from Dallas. I play them sometimes in person. He's usually playing Ob. I don't think I've seen him play RH. What's up?
So not relevant to the game per se. Who are Null Signal Games?
They're like a non-profit of like Netrunner fans that like they used to be Nisei and they renamed themselves. I don't know if you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same people as Nisei.
Okay, fair enough.
I think I don't know. I'm guessing they changed their name because technically Caprice Nisei is like intellectual property of FFG.
Yeah, that would fall under the copyright of the Android universe.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like FFG doesn't strike me as being overly litigious, but better safe than sorry.
From what I understand, FFG pretty much gives their blessing to like everything going on with Netrunner, but yeah, hey, that could change someday, you know? Different company takes over,
sure.
You know, you want to make sure you are as got your
insulated
ducks in
as
a row.
possible. Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, back in the day, FFG weren't dicks about it. They were basically like, we'll let you have Octagon, we'll let you have Jinteki, we're not going to be assholes about it, just don't talk about it on sponsored streams.
Yeah, that's basically the same thing now.
Yeah, which, you know, fair enough.
Yeah. And like, if you look at all the like Null Signal games like sets, they don't say they're Netrunner, they say they are compatible with Netrunner.
Netrunner, yeah.
This is a very slow start for this deck. Like, luckily, they're not doing a ton either, but
they have money.
They've been making a lot of money, and they're gonna start spending that money at some point and making me very sad. The big problem with this deck is that its main breaker is called Audrey 2.0 or Audrey V2, whatever. It's a Little Shop of Horrors reference.
It's the fucking sunflower thing. Yeah.
Which cannot break anything when it first comes down. Every time you trash a card that you're accessing while it's on the board, it gets a virus counter. And it breaks subs by spending virus counters, which is very powerful because it's technically free, right? But if, for instance, they play a slow Glacier game and ice everything up before you can find an Audrey, getting that first virus counter to get the ball rolling can get real tough.
Yeah, and they also had the Spin Doctor in hand and opener to curate their hand early on, which means you probably can't. You probably can't win on the back of them just getting a couple of lucky accesses and just like pigeonholing them into forcing a score late.
And against a lot of corps, what I would do is just start face checking ice and making them spend money, right?
But it's Jinteki,
and they will fucking kill you with one piece of ice.
Yeah, that's very
especially
dangerous.
when they're on 20 as well.
They only need 5.
Oh yeah, because I'm assuming there's a functional reprint of Komai Inu in here somewhere.
Remind me what Komai Inu did?
Komai Inu was a sentry, 5 res cost, 1 strength, had a subroutine for each card in the runner's grip. The subroutines would deal 1 net damage.
Yeah,
so if you face checked it and you didn't have a response, it would just wipe your hand out.
So the retrain is arguably stronger because Komai Inu can't ever kill you. Saisentan can kill you. Saisentan is 5 to res, 2 strength. It only has 3 subs that all are do 1 net damage. But when you encounter it, you declare a card. The corp declares a card type, and every time it does 1 net damage, if it's the card type it called, it does an additional net damage.
Okay.
So it can do up to 6 net damage, which means even on a full hand, you can die to it.
You can get roasted, yeah.
Fucked up.
It's especially nasty against Criminal, because we were just saying, Criminals all run events. You simply just guess event, and you'll always be right.
Yeah.
Like, Shaper has a pretty even mix of everything. It can be hard to really get max value from Saisentan. Hey, there's Audrey. It got discarded, and it's going to the bottom of the deck.
Oh, no.
Hey, my console. Cool. This is, this is not lost, but it's not a good start. Especially if this ends up being like a clearinghouse, we're just done. Alright, next turn I think we spend this to draw up. That's okay, Charlotte. So they're gonna make even more money. Maybe they'll just mill themselves out.
Yeah, maybe.
They're already halfway through their deck.
And no scores. But with 23, do Jinteki still have access to like Trick of Light or
No,
some
they
sort
got rid
of?
of Trick of Light.
I'm not. Trick of Light was always such a fucking weird card.
Yeah.
Because the design of it was really good, but it was like, why is this in Jinteki?
Because it would be fucking nasty.
Way
in
too good in
Wayland.
any other faction is the answer. Yeah.
Exactly. And the idea is that the reason it's in Jinteki is so that you can advance your traps, and when the runner says that's a trap, I'm not running it, those advancements weren't wasted, right?
Yeah. The thing about it, though, is that's not ever how it was used.
Right.
Well, that's not true. It's occasionally used like that. But...
Okay. Araceris crew's not going to save the day for us by itself, but it's a piece of the puzzle.
I mean, you've got a battleship board here.
Yep, but I'm missing the cannons.
True. But you've got time. He's not scoring on you.
That is true. I don't know why he's just making money. He's got 30 credits. He's got enough to do whatever he wants to do.
So much.
If we can find a Devil Charm, we can
I don't think I've ever had that many credits as a runner.
I played a game against somebody, this was a few months ago now, but oh, here we go. You're about to do some bullshit. Kakarembo. Yep. Okay, so you're about to...
As a core, I mean.
There's the other... God damn it. Botulus. Hey, Botulus, you're something that I like to see. Okay, you can break ice. Let's pop another Steel Skin.
I'm not looking at Steel Skin. I'm going to take a wild guess and say it is a functional reprint of I've Had Worse.
I don't remember the exact numbers on I've Had Worse, but it does basically the same thing, yeah. Oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah, Steel Skin scarring is like arguably better, arguably worse. I'm going off of memory.
Yeah.
I think I've Had Worse drew you 3 cards even when it got popped, but it only gave you the card draw if it was trashed from HQ, not R&D as well. I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't go off R&D. It was just HQ. Or just what, the grip. Whatever you fucking call it.
Oh, there was one other difference as well. I've Had Worse would not fire off if it took damage, if you took brain damage. That was the other functional difference.
Oh, okay, yeah. Whereas Steel Skin, even if you like self-trash it just to like pay a cost.
Yeah, it just states if it's trash.
Yeah. Because that's the other thing with Audrey, is you can't pay credits to boost Audrey, you have to trash cards to boost Audrey.
Okay.
So the idea is that, because then Strike Fund is like, it's I've Had Worse but with money instead of cards. So the idea is I'm using those to boost, oh, motherfucker, that's a clearinghouse. Oh, son of a bitch. So Clearinghouse, Matt, is a Wayland asset that you can advance, and at the start of your turn, you can trash it to deal meat damage equal to the amount of advancements it has.
Oh.
So that's not an agenda. That is them just like next turn they will.
That's you about to die.
That's them killing me next turn because Lacosta will advance it to 6 and then I'm dead.
I love Clearinghouse.
That's why they haven't scored anything, because they don't need to score anything.
They're a flatline deck. They're not a scoring deck. Got it.
Well, I mean, they're both usually, but
yeah, but they're on the flatline game plan right now.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, they can pivot.
No, they probably don't have pivot in this deck, Iris. Okay, how do I win this game of Netrunner? The fun card game for everybody.
How do you dodge a bullet?
Do you?
I think I
just like
Botulus HQ, Pinhole HQ, and then use that to hit the Clearinghouse. But if it's something with more than one ETR on it, that's not good enough. Is the problem? They've had HQ iced from turn 1, which means they're probably not getting the single ice they want, right? It's probably just whatever cheap ice they could afford at the time.
Yeah.
I think that's the only game plan that, like, even kind of makes sense.
Yeah, either HQ or R&D, I think.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how Pinhole works, so.
Pinhole is you just run any server, and if it's successful, instead of hitting that server, you pick any other asset, or you pick any other like server and access one card from it, but you can't steal agendas with it.
Got it.
Tachibola. Okay, I called correctly. Huff my farts. Whew. Okay, so I'm alive. That's something. I guess let's just slap friend of a friend down to make money next turn, but yeah. I guess I could. Well, yeah. I don't feel good about this. Because if they're... I'm guessing they are fully bought into the flatline strategy, which means they only have... They probably have 3 Fuji asset retrievals, 3 send a message, and that is probably the only agendas they've got in the whole deck. Which means I'm running for... I'm like doing slot machines on the centrals, and like the odds are not in my favor. This is bad. Hey, finally an Audrey that's actually in my fucking hand.
Nice.
Okay.
How many do you have in the deck?
3.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had terrible luck. Let's draw. Okay, Gourmand. Do I... Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've got the memory to put another Botulus down. Let's...
Damn, Petty Cash is kind of sick, actually.
Petty Cash is cool, yeah. It's kind of a retrain of subliminal messaging, if you remember that one.
I do.
Where, like, instead of every turn, you just get it to do it once.
Yeah.
I guess so if we click 1, use friend of a friend, we don't get an install off of it, though, so we could click 1 Ferment, which kind of unsweetens the pot on purging virus counters. That gets us to $8. Install Audrey, install Botulus, run. We don't die this turn. Yeah, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And just hope it's not something that'll fuck everything up. If it's like a Cloud Eater, we are not happy with our lives. Vampirinasa, that's not great, but it's not Cloud Eater, so, and it's not like Boto, which would have just ruined everything. So, break a sub. I think I don't want... how bad do I care about the net damage? I don't really care about losing the money. I don't really care about them getting money. 22 credits is not meaningfully different from 24 credits. I think the net damage is what I care about the most here. And trash that. Which makes this good. Would love to see some Devil Charms. Oh, that was actually a real guy. Okay. Fair enough. But now Ares live. You didn't hit Hannah, which is what I wanted the most. I'm not...
Looking at Fuji asset retrieval, and all I'm thinking is, oh, close enough, welcome back, fetal AI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was real fun, was having that out of PE before PE rotated.
Oh, yeah.
Which, oh, that's a... So, I think it wouldn't quite be right to call it a retrain, because it's a different kind of card, but, you know, PE was rotating, and a lot of people were, like, dancing in the streets, thank God, no more PE. But other people, the freaks of us, were like, oh, but that's, like, that's what Jinteki does,
PE.
though.
Well, you were like,
yeah,
those people
it's their
are
thing.
weak.
I had fun playing PE. But what they've done is they've created an asset called like Fut Jaun Bautisita. It's like an Indonesian name, so I'm definitely pronouncing it wrong. But
Yeah.
he's 1 to res, 3 to trash. At the end of each of the corpse turns, it gets a power counter. When the first time each turn an agenda is scored or stolen, he does 1 damage plus up to 2. You can remove up to 2 power counters to do 2 more damage. So it doesn't nickel and dime you the way PE does, but it can blow you the fuck out.
Out, yeah.
It's a mean card for mean people. All right.
I can't believe there were people weak enough to cheer the fall of PE.
Right,
Disgusting.
Listen, you gotta fight PE. That's how you build character.
It's how you put hair on your chest.
Get some hair on your chest. Run, fight PE.
Back in my day, we did that shit without fucking I've had worse, and we liked it.
Steal an agenda, the thing you're supposed to do to win, and somehow lose from it. Come on.
Luke saw me once insta-die to face checking turn 1.
I played a lot of PE before it rotated. Boto, I think this is what we Devil Charm. Yeah, let's go ahead and kill it. Now, the good news is he's been making money hand over fist all game long, but that money spends quick, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Like, he's got, like, this Glacier build that's all super expensive ice, so, hey, we've gone from over 30 credits to all the way down to 10. God, we have to go to 2 just to match its strength. That sucks, but we'll do that. We'll put that back. Then we can break 2 subs. I've just realized I've made a terrible mistake. Because if that's if that's a Fuji, I'm dead.
I think at this point you just commit, though, right?
At this point, I'm in for a penny and for a pound, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to keep my money. And I don't want to take net damage. The other 2 things can happen. Because if that's a clearinghouse, we're doing the right thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you die.
Oh, no, I
Oh!
die!
Oof.
Can't win them all.
Yep.
Something Jinteki's bullshit.
He's probably going to show up to locals on Tuesday and we have to fight that thing in person.
Good luck.
Hey, you're getting matchup experience.
Exactly.
Hit him with a mix-up.
Yep.
Play something completely different. And then
God,
break horribly and lose anyway.
I love Jinteki. I'm bad at playing Jinteki, but I love that Jinteki exists.
Forgetting to change the title of the game. I'm just like, instinct, just hit the buttons, but I want to,
yeah.
You know.
You're like, rematch.
Gotta do the streaming.
Like I said, I want people, I want to signal to people that they're going to be on stream if they've joined this game, you know?
Justine also agrees, saying I miss PE every day.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried that Ayuko is such a strong, like, generically good ability that for a long time, anytime they print a Jinteki ID, they're going to be, yeah, but why not just play Oko? Why do all whatever?
So it's like the exact same thing with fucking back in FFG days of Haas Bioroid and why aren't you playing ETF?
Yeah, or like Anarch has that problem right now with Hoshiko Shiro, where she's, just like very generically strong and like...
You could play this cool niche, like narrow line play shit, or you could just pick a fucking top tier.
Yeah, the way Hosh works is she's a flip ID. Her like default side, if she makes a successful run, then at the end of the turn you gain, I think it's 2 credits and you flip her. And then her flip side is at the start of your turn, lose a credit and draw a card, and flip her back if you don't make a successful run this turn. So it's just free money in cards, you know?
Yeah. Which is pretty good if we're going on how those abilities are historically rated.
Yeah. And technically also her flip side has +1 Link, but Link almost doesn't matter anymore.
Again,
yeah, you've got a lot of ways to increase
change.
That. Yeah.
Well, you know, there used to be cards that had the word trace on them in the world.
We don't even get that anymore?
There are 2 cards in the card pool that trace, and one
trace
of them that actually gets played.
Exist. Because that's the thing is like I used to love Trace
Yeah.
back when I was playing NBN.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised because I thought when you were saying that it was like the old FFG Netrunner thing of, well, everyone's playing a bajillion fucking econ cards, so who gives a shit if you occasionally discount by one?
No,
Um,
they have kind
I'm
of like softly said like I don't think they've ever like hard confirmed it, but just based on what NSG people have said and just kind of the cards they've printed, the vibe seems to be Trace is a denigrated mechanic that when those last two cards rotate, it just won't be part of Netrunner
they're
anymore.
just getting rid of it as a mechanic.
I think part of it is
makes
just like
me sad.
it's kind of complicated, especially to explain to new players, and they can just be like, you know, like measured response is a retrain of punitive Counter-Strike. I don't know if that was around when you were playing, Matt.
Punitive Counter-Strike? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Because what you did is when the Anarch Wayland premium box came out, what the fuck was it called? Oh, it's going to bother me because I don't remember it right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up. But when that box came out, that had government takeover in it. So you could run a really fucking stupid gimmick deck that only had like how many agendas would it have in it? It had, I think, like 5 or 6 agendas in it total.
Yeah.
I forgot about government takeover.
Yeah, and you ran that, and you just built up a shit ton of money.
Right.
And then when they inevitably scored 6 points on you, you just punitive them with the biggest, fattest fucking trace in your entire life.
For the folks at home, government takeover is a Wayland agenda. Limit 1 per deck. It is a 9/6 agenda.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
That has a click to gain 3 credit permanent ability.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Ordering Chaos. That was the name of the
Ordering
box.
Chaos.
Ordering Chaos.
Yeah, last year one of the really hot decks was an NBN was it Esmari EdTech, but it was kind of super modernism out of NBN where they had like a bunch of ways to like rush out an agenda, like just 3 5s, but if you interrupted them and stole, then they would punitive Counter-Strike you, you know? And it did very well last year before like all the cards part of
Oh yeah, that's the one that also had the Argus security identity.
Yeah. But no, but like measured response is a retrain of punitive, but instead of trace 3, it's just do this unless the runner pays this much money. You know, it takes the bidding war part of it away. So it's not like we're both sitting here building up money to try and like outspend the other. It's more just the runner's got to mine their credits, you know? And it seems like that kind of style of design is what they gravitate to over traces.
Yeah, part of me does miss tracing though, because while it was not ignored, while it was a pretty rare that it came up in any sort of meaningful aspect, it would show its face every once in a while, and it did make for some interesting gameplay every now and again.
My memory, and I might be wrong, but my memory is that used to be a huge part of like NBN's identity, was that they were all about
No, your memory is 100% right.
Yeah, I think. Oh gosh, is it NBN's like one of their core set identities? Was that fuck?
No, was there core set identity traces? I don't think it was. I'm gonna look it up right now because it's gonna.
I'm almost certain it was.
Funny because
they definitely had one. I think it was Genesis Cycle. Because they definitely got one early on.
Yeah, NBN making news. Gain 2 recurring credits each turn.
Spend only on
use
traces.
these credits during trace attempts. Yes, that's making news.
Okay.
That was their core set ID.
Yeah.
Right, I got it completely wrong. The one I was thinking is The World Is Yours, which it was a 40-12. Your maximum hand size is increased by 1. No one ever gave a shit about that one.
Yeah, so like the identity they were introduced to the world with was like you should be doing traces constantly.
Traces, yeah 100%.
Because you get money every turn to do them.
I feel NBN's in a weird place right now, which I feel like you can like almost always say about NBN, but
yeah,
and like again, maybe my memory's wrong. My memory is that like historically, NBN's thing is always, oh, they're weird, they're kind of weak, they're not that good, they're not that popular, and then someone figures out just the most disgusting
the most
combo.
heinous shit imaginable. And
Right.
Yeah,
just
and right
deal
now
with
it's
it.
like asset spam beyond even your wildest dreams.
Yeah, like they've
I
done
mean,
it
that's
again
a-
this year because the entire year long, everyone's like, "Oh, NBN's dead right now. They need to fix NBN in the next set," and then NBN won Worlds.
I mean, that's that asset spam's not even new because Near Earth Hub was like
Yeah.
NBN identity
Yeah.
Yeah.
for like forever.
So Near Earth Hub is rotated now, which is made. It's a year or two old, but there was a NBN ID that got put out that was like an asset spam ID. And it was like, well, this is simply play Near Earth Hub. Why would you ever play this? And then Near Earth Hub rotates like, oh, now we should play it. It's called Epiphany Analytica, and the way it works is anytime the runner or the first time each turn the runner trashes or steals something, it gets a power counter. And then you can spend a click and a power counter to look at the top 3 cards of your deck and install one of them.
Okay.
And then it's like the deck that like won Worlds is very like, it's got NBN asset spam stuff, but it spends all of its influence importing the HB asset spam suite, which is all about like tempo crime shit, right?
Yeah.
And it just that's the grossest peanut butter cup. It's disgusting how good it goes together.
But yeah, tracing used to be a big part of NBN's identity, so I'm
Yeah.
really surprised they're phasing it out.
Yeah. Yeah, the only trace card anyone actually uses these days is Winchester, which is a Wayland Ice that like it's like trace 4 if successful, trash a program, or trash a hardware, trace 3 if successful, trash a program, and then if it's on HQ, it also gets trace 3 and the run.
Yeah, 'cause, like in the core set, there were 2 NBN Ice that did traces. They had a trace operation.
I do think a big part of it is just that
God,
like
AutoScript pilot program. I
Yep.
remember you
Mhm.
motherfucker.
I honestly think a big part of why they're denigrating trace is that like they're very conscious of the fact that like this is a niche within a niche game at this point. It needs to be new player friendly, and traces are confusing to teach.
Yeah.
I don't recall having that big of an issue learning traces. The thing that used to get me with Netrunner when I was learning was like timing priority bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
the hardest thing about trace is that like because Netrunner doesn't really do keyword reminder text, like
Yeah.
it can sometimes be hard to remember what trace does. Like I came back and I was like, what the fuck does trace do? Like I remember doing it, but I don't remember what it is.
See, now this game, I got my Audrey and a Gourmand turn 1, and they left a server open, so now I've got something to do.
Yay!
And here's what I can do for fun. I'm not even going to run a server, but I am going to boost Audrey's strength and trash this to make money, and then install something off of it.
Interesting.
Like, I could have run HQ there, but doing, like, a random HQ run when I don't have much money, like, you know, that's not...
Yeah, and our opponent is floating 10 and has ice, so...
Yeah, exactly. Like, I could probably get through whatever they want, but, like, that's the other thing with Audrey. Those virus counters can spend quick if you're not careful about how you spend them, right?
Yeah, especially because Jinteki tends to go... Their ice tends to be wide, not tall, and just have a fuck ton of subroutines at, like, strength 1 to 4.
Yeah. Oh, they're just scoring it. Oh, okay. Longevity syndrome. Okay. Or serum, rather, not syndrome.
Interesting.
Atea's a really cool ID. I have not seen someone, like, really make it sing. The tricky thing with it is that it gets you a bunch of clickless installs, but to get the max utility out of that, you have to have enough cards in hand to constantly be installing stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And you can't, like, you're only allowed to have 2 remote servers with it, so it's not like you can go wide with it. Hey, take that. Hey, I'll kill that. This game feels so much better than the last one. I feel like I can do things. Why are you not triggering a Taya anytime? What is your hand just all operations? That's interesting. Or are they flooded? It would be weird if they were flooded. But I'm starting to think we need to take a peek into HQ and see why they're playing the way they're playing. Because the way they're playing does not make a ton of sense to me. No res? Really? Huh.
Interesting. They not have the money for it?
Maybe it's a class. No, oh, it's Vampire Gnosis, so they had to go broke doing it. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, we will do that. Yes, yes. Which is almost too much card draw because it's my last click. Okay, they are flooded to hell and back. They're having a bad time over there is what's happening. We can ditch the price. I hope their game stabilizes, because I would like to actually... I mean, it's already 6-2. It's kind of too late, but, you know. I drew exactly what I needed every turn, basically. It's the total opposite of the last game.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm really good at this game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm really working for this. Yeah. It's like back in the day when you were playing like Noise and you opened like Aesop's, Cash, Grimoire, and like Imp or something, and you're like, okay, yeah.
That's another really big end of an era thing, is that Aesop's is gone.
Yeah, I'm assuming they have some sort of like.
So the Aesop's retrain is called Knick-Knack O'Brien, and he is run based. So instead of the start of your turn, it's when the first time each turn you run, you can sell something.
Okay.
And instead of selling it for like a flat rate like Aesop's, you sell it for its install cost. So it incentivizes you to like find ways to install stuff cheaply so that you're making a profit when you sell it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting, but it's very different from the play pattern that Aesop's encouraged.
How many 3/2s does Jinteki have access to now?
Well, these are 4/2s. Longevity Serum's a 3/2, but it's only one per deck, and then Yagi Yuta, and then they have Sericulture expansion. I think that's all of them.
Okay. Okay. All right. They get way more 3/2s than they used to. I will say there are a lot of cards I'm sad got rotated out. Accelerated Beta Test is not one of those cards. Fuck that card.
I don't remember what that one was.
Accelerated Beta Test was a controversial design from day one. It was a 3/2 HB got access to. When you scored it, you like revealed. You didn't reveal the top 3 cards of your hand, your R&D. You looked at them, and if there was any ice in them, you could res them and play them, paying install costs, I believe, and you trashed the remainder face down. Whenever anyone else would score that thing, they'd get a free res on like 20 credits worth of ice. Whenever I did, it would mill an operation in 2 agendas.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Fuck that card.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Pretty much everyone agrees right now, including me, that HB is doing just fine, but its agenda suite is dog shit. It basically just runs neutral agendas, or it has like fast advanced strategies that just don't care about what the agenda text is, you know?
Yeah. Oh my god, Luke, I played way too fucking much of this game. I haven't looked at this card in almost 10 years, and I
and you knew exactly what it was.
Memory. Fuck me. I posted it in chat for your review.
First down. Yeah, I remember the name, and I was pretty sure it was HB, but yeah, I didn't remember what it did.
Jinteki only has 3 3/2s in current standard.
Yeah.
ABG was probably one of the strongest come from behind comeback cards in the entire game, because if you were getting your ass beat, you could just say fuck it, I'll spin the wheel on ABG, and you could res like 15 costs worth of ice.
That sounds similar to architect deployment test, so ADT, so maybe that's deliberate.
Probably is.
But what that one does is when you score it, you look at, I think, the top 3 or 4 of the deck, and you can install, I think, in ice, and let me look it up, because architect deployment test is... When you score this agenda, look at the top 5, you can install and res one of those cards, ignoring all costs. Let's... Yeah, I like the plan. Draw up. Let's run here. Oop, that's the game.
Yeah. Holy fuck, they flooded out.
They just flooded really bad. That's
Jesus Christ.
Yep. That was as much of a
That's rough.
That was maybe a worse game for them than the previous game was for me. You know.
Yeah, that's five agendas that we know of in
Yeah.
top 16. Woof.
I keep being like, oh, we got someone fast. Oh no, that's just you joining.
Nah, sorry. Look,
I
I need
guess-
to join. I need to join in the actual client because God knows I cannot keep up with these cards otherwise.
No, I hear you.
I guess technically Blood in the Water could be a 3/2.
Blood in the Water can be a 0/2.
Yeah.
Blood in the Water is an agenda ID that, or a Jiteki agenda. Jesus Christ. It's 2
Yeah.
points, and the advancement requirement is X, where X equals the runner's current hand size. Or, current cards in hand, not hand size. So,
Yeah.
you do a bunch of damage and then just score it for free. Ooh, all right.
Ooh,
Facing
that
a
is
Leo.
thick defensive ability. Holy shit.
Yeah, Leo's really strong. I
Huh.
don't like seeing Action Epilogue opening hand. I don't have any money. I don't have a breaker. I think this is a mulligan. This is not a much better hand, but I do think it is a better hand.
Well, I mean, you have a pinhole, I guess.
I can set up the fermenters early. I've got things to do with this hand, even if it's not what I would want to see from an opening hand, you know? I wonder if I should...
Well, he had
Yeah.
Econ Ice, which is historically one of the best hands you can start with this core. So.
Yeah. Let's get you down. I think until the rotation changed things up, the big core opening turn would be ice the central you care the most about, ice a remote, install Rashida Jaheim, which I think came out after you stopped playing.
No, Rashida was in. She was a neutral card,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she was in when I was still playing, but I stopped playing a little bit after that.
Gotcha. So she rotated out, and they have kind of, instead of having a direct retrain of her, they've kind of given each faction its own kind of twist on her. And none of them are as strong as she was, because she was probably a little overtuned.
Yeah.
Humanoid
She was
Resources is the
real-
HB version of Rashida.
Yeah, she was real good because you could just bluff her as a 3/2, and if they ran on it, they
Yeah.
had to face check a whole bunch of ice, and
Yeah.
if they didn't run on it, you just got a lot of money in cards for
Yep.
1 click. Pretty good card, I'd say.
Yeah, and some people have made the argument yeah, she's really, really strong, but some corps, you just cannot keep pace with the runner's early game without something similar to it. There's people a year later still very salty that Rashida's gone.
Oh yeah. I mean, as we saw with Jackson, some people just won't let it die. They'll be the last Japanese soldier 20 years after the war, still on the island.
Steel's gonna bring me to 8 cards in hand, so I just have to play 2 cards. Yeah. Okay. No, I miscounted. Shit. I can lose 1 Devil Charm, I guess. Yeah, I should have lost Lagu. I could recur that way easier. Oh well, too late. Purge, that makes sense.
That's good for you, yeah?
I'm not too mad about it. You know, they took out a lot of my money, but hey, whatever. I'll simply make more. Elio can be a very tricky. It's a weird matchup for Seb because Seb is all about, again, Audrey and ice destruction. Leo is also about destroying its own ice, so it can be sometimes one side can really beat the shit out of the other one, but it can kind of flip which one is kind of the nasty one out of the two.
Yeah. Very polarized matchup.
Yeah.
Not necessarily uneven, though.
Yeah. What do we want to install here? I'll say Solidarity Badge. This is all operations that I don't want to play. Put you down. I guess we're just going to have to do some face checking. The alternative is playing more cards I don't want to play right now. I guess I could... No, those fermenters are way too light. Let's do some running. This is a matchup where I was probably... I should have done more face checking in the early turns, but I did not, and it's too late now. That ain't great. And I see he's a real nasty piece of work. Oh, what's the least important card here? I hate to throw him out, but I think it's Transfer of Wealth. Okay, I'm guessing that's a vulnerability audit. It might be a send a message. Okay. 12 credits is not... I mean, it's a lot, but, you know, they've got...
Yeah, this is a thing where if they want to protect all of their servers for some reason or another, you could drain them pretty quickly.
Exactly.
I obviously don't know the format well enough to know how risky face checking this shit is, though.
So the two really bad face checks in HB are MIC, which drains your clicks. And the other really bad one is Drafter, which is a sentry. It's I think it's 3 strength. But it the first sub is you can add a card from Archives to HQ, and the second one is you can install a card from Archives or HQ.
Okay.
So they just like recur their economy, they recur their combo pieces, and
so it's basically like Architect.
Yeah, it's very much a retrain of Architect, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Architect was a really cool card design, even if it was like probably almost assuredly way too good, because it was one of those cards that got progressively better the better you got at the game.
Oh, sure.
Like when you started with Architect, it was like fine, but whatever. But once you got like really good, you were like, holy fuck, this card's insane.
Yeah. Let's just try and make them spend some money, I think. Boomy. That's a painful one. How bad do I want these fermenters? How bad can I just give one up? I can probably give one up. I'm a dipshit for not putting Audrey down here. But, well, you're gonna... I don't think you're actually gonna let this go through. I think you're gonna Leo me with it. No. I think let's click to break the core damage. Let you have one of the fermenters.
All right, I'm back. Have they shot you yet?
They have not shot me yet. I don't think they're gonna shoot
me.
Oh,
I guess that's not really a thing that Hospyroid does.
No, that's the thing we did with our Hospyroid deck last week.
Yeah, you could if you wanted to be silly.
Right. Okay, you're letting this through. I'm really mad I didn't install Audrey, because I could have a counter right now, but it is what it is.
Hindsight's 20/20 on that.
Hindsight is very much 20/20. Let's install Audrey. I wonder if you're going to purge, since I'm broke and the only way I make money fast is
with fermenter.
Because what am I going to do, you know? I'm just going to click for credit if you purge.
Yes, Justine. Thule is like a very slow bullet.
Yeah. Okay, that's exactly what I did. Yep. All right, so... Draw card of Solidarity. Do we just click for credit? I think we do... Well, here... Okay. The alternative line would be run server 1, hope that the ice there is porous and or expensive. Expensive would be the important thing. It's all important, because what we would want them to do is res stuff and then trash stuff with Leo to stop us from stealing the agenda. Then pivot and transfer of wealth, and they can't hopefully res or use Leo on us again. But that's a lot of ifs. I could privileged access archives. They would probably trash Boomy to make it fail, and then I would follow up with a second privileged access. But, like, to do what? Because that's spending 2 cards and not getting that much value out of it. So I do think we probably just click for credit. Let's do the price. And get down a... Do we do Botulus, or do we... We've got a Devil Charm down, so I think we do Crew. Yeah, okay, okay. We've got 2 Trashed Gourmands.
Oh man, I just noticed the deck list of the week on Netrunner DB is a noise deck.
Yeah, there's like a...
Wait, they brought noise back?
No, they're doing... So, because like Worlds
week.
was like about a month and a half ago, and like there's no more big events for until the spring, they're doing like an off-meta season where they're doing a bunch of like funky formats that like bring old stuff back.
Okay.
My best friend really liked playing noise, and that got it was mean.
Yeah.
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 Noise is another one of those designs where I really, much like cerebral imaging, I miss it, but I don't blame them for a fucking second for taking that design out back and shooting him in the back of the head. That character was toxic as shit. I think my favorite way Noise ever got described was high-level variance, the character.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which is just really perfect to describe that.
Do I let them core me to save a click here?
I think it depends on what's in your hand, yeah?
Yeah. I like what's in my hand, but... they're probably gonna pop Leo, and then the turn's over. I'm gonna let's roll the dice. Let's have some fun. Oh, I really gotta get buffer drive down. I missed it. Oh, hey, they hit exactly what I wanted them to hit. Great, thank you.
I'm pretty sure that's the best thing they could have possibly hit. Yeah.
100% it was. Yeah. And then they do that, and then I just run it back. And we use that to install Seb. We use this to install Friend of a Friend.
Oh, so that's what the throwback
Oh
format
wow,
is.
you can
That's
double
kinda
up
fun.
on the crew. That's kind of nutty, actually.
Yeah, crew
Okay.
is not unique. Or that's the other thing Seb does, is that, you know, you can pay 2 credits to trash a resource if the runner's tagged. But with Seb, they also have to trash a card to do it. They have to discard from hand to do it.
Yeah, floating fast has very rightfully identified that they're in danger now.
They're in danger. Yeah, this has flipped from me having nothing to do to I've got some things to do now.
Yeah. And I think they've correctly identified, like, they're far from out of again,
No.
outsider perspective, because I don't know the field well enough.
This is
But
very much
firing from the
anybody's game.
hip, they're far from out of this game, but
Yeah.
also you're starting to hit the turning point, and they don't have the money. Oh well, now they get some fucking money.
And I just drew exactly what I wanted to see. Hell yeah. You should mouse over what Eru does, Matt, because we've got ourselves a win con now.
Let me see, what the fuck did you do? What is Eru? Oh, you mean the crew? Yeah.
No, I mean in my hand, Eru Yase Pessoa, the card I just... Oh, you can't see my hand.
No, I cannot.
Well, what she does, she's a resource, and I can take 1 tag to run Archive. She's Sneak Door Beta, but for R&D instead of HQ. So I run Archives, is successful, I see a card off R&D, and once we're at Threat 3, she sees 2 cards off R&D.
Threat, I'm assuming, is once you hit a certain amount of tags? What's threat?
Threat is...
Agenda points.
The threat level is the score of the highest scoring player. So we're at Threat 3 right now because they have 3 points.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you've got the Gourmand, too?
Yep.
Oh.
So we will probably use Friend of a Friend to clear a tag, make money, draw with my console. Then install Eru, take a tag. Hopefully the draw will get us something we can install with Eru. It did not, which is a little bit of a bummer, but hey, can't win them all.
Your draws have just been so weak over the last couple of turns.
I'm almost out of cards also.
Yeah, well, that's a deck building problem right there.
That's one of the reasons I had a kind of fat deck until yesterday. And I was like, the variance is getting to me. I gotta come down. I was on a full 50. And, you know, I milled through the whole deck consistently.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, but you're not milling through it in the order you need to mill through it, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? The consistency is almost always the right call, even if it feels bad occasionally.
Out of there. Hey. On the board, baby. Then let's... Oh, right, we're at... So I think let's...
Okay.
Get the buff
Is
first.
there any way the runner could encounter and try and steal vulnerability audit on the turn it was installed and get cock blocked by that text box?
No. It's because stealing and scoring aren't the same thing.
Oh, right. Yeah, stealing and scoring,
Like,
it's not the same.
That they're just using the rules terms for you can't fast advance this agenda. That's all it says.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to think, is there any, like, nightmare freak scenario where that becomes a defensive text box in some sort of, like, really weird fringe case scenario?
Yeah, no, nothing like that. Oh, shit. Okay, that's bad.
Oh, that's a good ass 3-2. Holy shit.
That 3-2 was banned, and they unbanned it because the HB Agenda suite is so fucked right now.
They're like, you need something.
You will notice all the other agendas this person is playing are gray and not purple.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe a little bit of work needs to be done there.
That is almost certainly one of the
hilarious.
big things the next set is going to address, is giving HB some good agendas.
That's so
And when they do,
funny.
this will almost certainly get banned again.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's like, let's look at the HB Agenda suite. Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
They're like, you need something.
They're probably going to win with that if I don't either win or stop it this turn. Now, they don't have a ton of money, so stopping them is possible, I think.
Yeah, you will have to make 2 runs, though, because they can explode a Bioroid. It's a once per turn.
Well,
right?
so my thinking is, I only have 1 Audrey counter. I probably can't, even with the cruise, I might not be able to break into that server, you know? But what I can do is make them res ice on that server, and then hit transfer of wealth and just bring them down to 0 money, and they can't do shit about it, you know?
Yeah,
like, that's great. That's cute that you got the winning agenda on the table, but too bad.
But you need to actually have money to score it. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. So that's 1 run for server 1, 1 run for HQ. That gives us 2 runs to play with. I would love to find Manuel, who makes it I get 1 extra access on centrals if I'm tagged, which would make, you know, everything run a little smoother. I'm surprised I haven't seen him yet, but with only 5 cards in the deck, the price is almost guaranteed to show him to us. So that's option 1. Option 2 is Praxis to get back a Gourmand to make getting Audrey counters better.
Just a heads up, you might want to type in the chat box that you're thinking.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is going to be a long turn.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to... Do we have a good resource to pull here? Yeah, Friendo, or... Hannah makes the most sense. Yeah, Hannah makes good sense. So I think we Praxis, get back Hannah, get back a Gourmand, then do an Eru run, you know, check R&D, because, hey, maybe there's 2 agendas on R&D and we just win.
Yeah.
Then run server 1, then transfer of wealth. I think that's the play. And we'll see. Well, let's learn in real time why it's not the play.
Yeah. Random snare off the top ropes just obliterate
You know what? God bless if that happens. Botchless is also an interesting idea here, but I think no. I think we're too late in the game to build virus counters with Botch. Then let's hit with Eru.
You do have a shit ton of potential money on Fermenter if you need it.
I don't think I have the clicks to get it though. Hey, there's Manuel. Then let's run server 1 with Hannah, which saves us a click. Hannah, another one of the, bit of a, especially in Anarch, kind of a staple. It helps so much with dealing with asset spam, you know.
I love Netrunner turns that just take like 8 fucking minutes because everybody needs to sit there with a goddamn calculator going over all the goddamn permutations of reses.
Right. What's going to be the worst? There is a piece of ice mat. It's neutral called Fly Swatter. It's 2 to res, 0 strength code gate, 1 and the run subroutine, but when you res it during a run, it purges virus counters.
Oof, that would be a blowout.
So if they have that, I'm just boned. Okay. So let's think this through. This costs me 2 cards and a virus counter to break, or I could kill it with the crew and a devil charm. I think we just break it. That's pretty cheap to break, all told.
Yeah, and crew devil charm is a magic bullet here.
Exactly. Like we're gonna need. I'd love to use that on this Brawn up here. You know.
Yeah.
Then
he does only have 4 credits remaining.
If that's a vulnerability on it, he can just do seamless launch, win. So we gotta get him broke, you know?
Yeah.
That could also be like a Manic Arm.
And you also have 1 core damage here, so you need to discard the hand size anyway, so losing 2 cards probably not that big of a deal anyway. So
Ray asked, "Does Jinteki have alt arts? That Anoetic Void looks sick."
Oh yeah, that is a really cool alt, Anoetic Void. Yeah, they did like a whole set of like Jinteki cards that are like traditional Japanese like ink brush style.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
See?
Can you see the this is slightly
Oh
too low
yeah,
res for me to
shit.
read the
That
illustrated.
is a really nice alt art. Although,
Yeah.
frankly, I think the default art on Anoetic Void is also really good.
It's really solid, yeah. That's a really cool thing about the NSG era, Matt, is that like proxies are legal in tournaments, and which is already very cool, right?
Yeah.
Like literally, I didn't see it this year, but last year at Worlds, like the grand finals, both players had proxies in their deck. They're just like black and white printouts of cards.
Yeah, I do remember FFG being pretty lenient with like fan-made alt arts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they allowed for full-on proxies, but they definitely allowed for like I can't remember what the official policy was, or if there even was one.
Yeah.
But I do remember FFG being pretty light-handed about that stuff. If I recall, the policy, and I'm going off of memory, I might be fucking this up, and it may have also been like localized to like one tournament area or whatever. So keep this in mind because I could be running my mouth. The policy was basically if you could show them that you owned like a legit legal copy of the card.
Oh, sure.
And the judges didn't have any reason to believe it would give you a competitive advantage. For instance, like if the card had a different feel on like the back or whatever, that could give away what you're drawing or something.
Yeah.
If it didn't violate those two criteria, they would let you play with it.
Well, that's what I was going to say is that because proxies are completely legal, you can, absolutely just go nuts with alt arts in NSG Netrunner. They have like a style guide that like you have to meet certain things for it to be legal as an alt art. Like, it has to have every single piece of information in basically the same position on the card. I think they even have rules about like if it's an Anart card, the dominant color on the card has to be orange, right?
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, go crazy. And there's like a whole cottage industry of like artists doing a lot of very cool alt arts.
Losing my mind at the fucking Ag Infusion alt art that is just a Evangelion like title card.
Yeah.
Oh, Hagen is not a Bioroid.
It's really funny.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, how the fuck are we gonna crack this server? Because he can just like hunt a Hagen.
Yeah, you
to
can't
stop
hunt
a run.
Hagens anymore.
Yeah, because those are not Bioroids. Those are a barrier destroyer.
But this might be another Boomy that they're sitting on. It's not a fly swatter because they would have used it if it was a fly swatter.
And they could have like a Bioroid ice in the mid position as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Ray says, thank God for that. No text cryptic command in MTG pisses me off so bad. Yeah.
Oh, that fucking card.
Yeah.
It's also very possible that one of these face downs is another Mersha. It's unique, but they can still have one unresed and just use it,
Yeah, because there's no deck building limitation on it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like the black box or
whatever. For context for people who don't play Magic the Gathering, Cryptic Command is a card that is 1 and 3 blue, and it's choose 2, counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand, tap all creatures your opponents control, or draw a card. Which is like
a lot of text and a lot
of sort of disparate things to remember if you're making an alt art that doesn't have text. Like it's not like a no text counter spell.
Yeah, it's not
everybody
like
knows what counter spell does. It counters.
Yeah, it's
your
not like
spell.
Pot of Greed or counter spell.
Yeah. Not so with Cryptic Command.
It's like I'm not gonna say it's the worst card to have a no text version of because I think any Planeswalker would be even worse. But dear God,
I'm actually curious how many no text alt arts there are in PG.
At this point, I have no idea. They've cranked out so many fucking alt arts for goddamn everything in that fucking game.
Okay. So I recurred the action epilogue because it.
How did they res the Boomy?
Because I scored a send a message, and when it's scored or stolen, you get to res 1 ice for free.
God. That one.
Okay, that's
There's a-
actually terrifying.
I actually think we're
text-
okay, because here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run that server. We're gonna force them to trash the Boomy using up LEO for the turn. Then we're gonna hit him with Transfer of Wealth, and they
Okay,
go
that'll
broke.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that stalls for another turn.
yeah. The only way that doesn't work is if that unresed is a Fly Swatter, which it totally could be, but that costs 2 to res, and that still stalls for another turn.
Yeah.
I think that's the plan. I don't think we need Ashen this turn yet, which means
I think one of the ones that pisses me off the most is the no text Urza's Saga.
So
Oh,
what does
God.
this cost me? So that's
Wait. Urza's Saga? You mean the
Yes.
fucking, like, the...
The enchantment.
Yeah, you mean the one that's, like, the sequential effect one?
Yeah, it's the Saga. Yeah.
They actually made a no-text version of that card. Okay,
Uh-huh.
cool. Why not? Fuck it.
It is $381.
Jesus Christ.
Ew, Jesus Christ.
Okay, the way that, because we also have to make sure we're actually threatening to break this server, right? So I think we have to clear the tag so Seb's ability is live, which leaves us with 2 clicks. Click 3, we run the remote, we break Hagen with Audrey, and that's what's gonna fuck us though. We're gonna be out of ammo.
Can't
to
you
run
explode
HQ.
it with Devil Box and crew?
I can, but the whole point is that we want it to get to the point where they have to well, we don't actually need to break in. We need to threaten breaking in, right? Well, no. Because what's gonna happen? I'm gonna run that server. I can, Devil Box it, kill it, then break Boomy with Audrey. But then how do we break the Hagen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think how we could get in, we clear the tag, we run. We do not Devil Charm the first one. What we do instead is we break it with Audrey. Then we hit Boomy. We still don't Devil Charm. We use 2 of the crew. The crew can, take a tag to reduce the strength by 2. We do that with 2 of our crewmen. Then use 1 crewman to kill Boomy. Then we kill the back Hagen with Devil Charm. And then
Big
they
brain.
pop everything.
Yeah.
Now, the
big brain.
problem with that is that the whole reason we want to do that is so that we can then run HQ. But if we've lost the Devil Charm and the Audrey counter, we can't actually get into HQ, and that's not a real threat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this is...
And we also can't run back on the server.
Do we know what the top 2 on R&D are?
Yeah, we do. I don't remember what they are, but we saw them.
Is there any way we can get them to shuffle R&D?
They don't... unless that's a Spin Doctor and this is just a bluff, which I don't think is what's happening here.
If we've got no other option, we can always YOLO hit HQ.
That's starting to be where I'm leaning. Can we...
They do have a Bioroid Ice defending it, admittedly,
Yeah.
but that would be a very...
It's pricey. And it would kind of be signaling there's something in HQ that's
In
worth 6
HQ,
credits to me
yeah.
to defend, you know?
Yeah.
What would be really nice is if we had another Gourmand, so we could run HQ and hopefully tease out the Seamless and kill it, you know?
Yeah, you could also hit R&D, Gourmand R&D, and then hit R&D again. See 2 cards.
Yeah,
Er.
but we have no Gourmand, so this is all theoretical.
Yeah, what's the last card in your stack?
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay.
It's not actually, wait, is it a Gourmand? You know what, Matt? No, it's not a Gourmand. It's not a Gourmand. It's not a Pinhole. It's not a Transfer. It's not Steel Skin. It's not the Price. It's not Fermenter. Not Audrey. I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's midnight and
boy.
too
All
hard
that
to count.
information's available to you, and you won't even figure out what the last card in deck is. Tisk tisk. It's
Yeah,
almost
well,
like
I'm
you don't
already
wanna
making
win
this guy
game.
wait a long time. I think let's do the transfer to force them to defend here and see what happens.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm just looking through Jinteki alt arts well, just alt art's on Jinteki.
Yeah.
And God, I love the measured response alt art that's on here.
Is it the one with, like, the guy getting thrown out the window, like tied to a chair?
No, it's I'll just post it in our Discord chat that we got here. This thing. It's just it's a big explosion.
Oh yeah. And there's the fly swatter. I called it, baby. Okay. That sucks. However, they can't win next turn now.
Yeah.
So, unless they've got like a Project Ingaton in here, in which case, you know what? I didn't see that coming. Congrats on faking me out. The agenda suite out of Elio is pretty linear. It's 3 send a message, 3 vulns, 1 luminal. So if they did something non-standard, then God bless. That's the beautiful game of Netrunner. No, we're not going to worry about killing that. We cannot. Well,
I'm surprised they only run 1 3/2. Because how many upgrades that deck runs, the shell game with 3/2s seems like it'd be really, really scary.
I think it's because the Glacier game with LEO necessarily reduces your board state, so you want to have as few like mission critical runs as possible. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Let's bounce. Then let's pop a Botulus on Hagen, and we're gonna clear the tag because they would absolutely be a smart move to trash Arrow at this point, and we don't want them doing that. We can get rid of the price. It doesn't do anything at this point. With us buying another turn, now we just do an airy run on Archives, and pretty reasonably good chances we just win off of that. If we don't win off of that, then I think we do the Ashen Epilogue.
Question: if you res Fly Swatter on HQ, do you think that signals ice or agendas in HQ, or is Fly Swatter's text box good enough that he'd res it anyway, even if he wasn't defending the win?
In this matchup, it's good anyway, because now Audrey's dead in the water until I can get a trash off. Let's see. Turn D. Oh, wait, is that the most recent? Yeah, okay.
So okay, 3 credits. Is it possible that you can hit Archives, force a res there, and then
Yes.
crack the remote server?
What I can definitely do is go here, see 3 new off of R&D. Let's see what they put down. Let's see what they put down.
Triple crew, holy fuck.
Triple crew, baby! Right, they either res this and then yet again can't score this turn, or they don't res it and I potentially just win. It's a bad fork for them to have to face here.
Yeah.
Seamless. Pay 2. Audrey. Do we... that is expensive, but I think it is a price worth paying to get Audrey counters. Now wait a second. Now wait one fucking second here.
Which second?
This whole
I don't
time
see
I'm like,
the
they're gonna
line.
seamless advance and win. They've got one seamless in the trash. I just saw one in R&D. They have not had two seamlesses in hand this whole time. But they will next turn, so now it is a concern again.
That's really funny.
Okay. So this time around, we could kill the Hagen with Devil Charm.
Explode the Boomy.
Yeah. Probably break the Boomy the first time around. Use Botulus to break Hagen. They pop the Boomy to stop me from running.
Is there a reason you don't just explode Boomy while you're encountering it?
I explode Hagen while I'm encountering it. I mean, I could. No, you make a good argument actually.
Yeah, because they don't have
technically
any.
they can pop it before I kill it, but if they do that, then
You've still got the resources on deck. Who gives a
you
shit?
might be right on that one actually. That's a good argument.
They can res a Bioroid upgrade en route of the server to end the run, but that's probably going to cost them 1 or 2. Which
There's
denies
also
them
Mersha's the only Bioroid, and
advance.
2 of them are in archives already. So
They could realistically have found the third.
They
They've
could.
drawn through 28 of 45.
my bigger concern would be that there's another Anoetic and or a Manic Arm Skunkworks, which is it's an HP defensive upgrade, which is that as you approach the server, you have to either spend 5 credits or 2 clicks or the run ends. Which we do have the money to do that, so I'm not super worried about that. We can just pay through it. I think let's run.
They've only got 3 credits.
Do
they're
we
not
have a
exactly...
reason not to run this is the question. I don't think we do.
I don't
think
know
running
the
it
answer
is
to that question.
Yeah, I think we initiate the run every time, no questions asked.
Again, I don't understand the field.
Totally, I get you.
I know the core fundamentals of this game, but I
Right.
don't understand the specific card field, and that's just like such a big
then-
part of threat assessment.
Yeah,
in this
accrue
game.
this one.
He's thinking,
Yep, thinking about whether to just pop Boomy now or
yeah. Literally like 2 seconds later in the chat.
I think we've played Floating Fast like every week we've streamed. They just tend to be around when we're doing this. Wait, Iris, you already got my audio for episode 1 of the miniseries that we haven't announced, right?
I believe so.
I thought you were saying you listened to it, but Crystal's pinging me because I apparently never did it. Okay, so he did exactly what we were talking about. So now we run.
Yeah.
Up.
You spotted the line.
What we're not going to do is
No,
run
you never linked
immediately.
it.
What we're going to do is play Strike Fund. Well, yeah, actually, we don't even need to waste a run on Strike Fund. We can run Burn Strike Fund with Audrey, and that gets us Manic Arm money. But what will we use that click on if not that? I think we just get $1 extra first. Yeah. Now, if it's Anoetic Void, then we don't win, but Anoetic Void costs money to use. So we're, again, perfectly happy with that state of affairs.
Yeah, you do need to link it for me.
Okay. You were compliment. Oh, no, it's Manic Arm. So we pay 5. Bada bing, bada boom!
Hey. Yeah.
Whew.
Hard one, Jesus.
Yeah.
It was only turn 13. That's really funny. That game felt substantially longer.
Leo versus Seb is a very fun matchup because, like, it was like how polarized it is.
Yeah.
Let's do one. I just want one more comfort Bangoon game, and then we'll call it a night.
Yeah, sounds good. I was actually just about to head
I
out,
will
so.
need to probably go to sleep pretty soon.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. I gotta remember to name it. Fucking god damn it. Let's see. Streaming. Twitch.tv/video entropy corp. I gotta go watch Intolerable Cruelty after this for the podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have you seen it already?
Not yet. Gonna watch it tomorrow.
Gotcha. So I think we won one, lost one with Bangoon tonight. Yeah, so still 75% win rate. I can't be too mad about that.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I think any deck with Snare in it is gonna, like, have an inflated win rate, but I think 75 clears that. That feels like an authentic, like, if you adjust the curve, I think that's still good.
Snare is really funny because you can just be playing a really tight and close back and forth game, and then all of a sudden it's, oh, I lose.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I win.
Well, and my thing is, like, you know, when Bangoon came out, the big knock it got was it's a defensive ID that only works on remote servers, so I will simply just pressure centrals and win, and your ID will do nothing all game. Which to me is like, yeah, fair argument. That's why I've got 2 bites in here, because I need to poison centrals.
Makes sense.
That's maybe the biggest change from how I remember old school Netrunner working is, can you remind me how the turning wheel worked? Do you remember that one? Because that was the big, like, multi-axis and R&D, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how it worked because that fucker was complicated. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, yeah. Because the current main multi-axis card is called the Twinning, which is the first time each turn you pay credits off of an installed card that has, like, recurring credits, you know? It gets a power counter. And then when you access HQ or R&D, you can spend up to 2 power counters to see that many more cards. So you are just constantly multi-accessing, and it's a little bit of an odd thing to me because, like, you're already saving money off those recurring credit cards, so it's like rewarding you for getting a reward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, strikes me as maybe a little bit of a win more.
Oh, I mean, it is like the defining win con of the runner meta right now.
I gotcha.
Like Criminal, the big one is Wake Implant, which is it gets a power counter every time you run HQ, and then you can spend up to 3 of those power counters when you run R&D to see that many more. But also, no, it's not. The big Criminal win con is the Twinning that they import from Anarch. And then Shaper's kind of in trouble right now because they had a really good win con, and it was too good and got banned. So Shaper's in a little bit of crisis mode. There's, like, people that win games with Shaper, but it's an uphill fight for sure. They had a card called Deep Dive, which is you can only play it if you have successfully run all 3 central servers this turn. It's like, I think it's only a 2-coster operation. You look at the top 8 cards off of R&D and access one of them. And then you can spend a click to access a second one. Now, running 3 servers and playing an event is 4 clicks, so you have to, like, do some bullshit to get a 5th click. But there's bullshit to be done.
Yeah.
Ray says, I assume it might be outclassed in a larger card pool, but man, Conduit sure did ruin my life in SG.
Conduit is easily the best win con in System Gateway. If you were just playing the starter set, yes. Conduit's a nightmare. It is too slow for Standard. There are decks that will run it and just use it as like some extra pressure and be like, ah, shit, this is one more thing I gotta deal with, but it's not... There's too many ways to purge virus counters cheaply for Conduit to be all that tough. Conduit Mat is basically just medium, but they changed it from Anarch to Shaper.
Weird.
I guess because it's based on R&D runs, right? And Shaper's supposed to be the R&D faction.
Yeah, Shaper is R&D focus.
I think it's got some other differences too, but I don't remember the specifics of medium. You know, it builds counters that you multi-access R&D off of, you know? And then the other big Shaper problem right now is my favorite Shaper is Arasana. I don't remember her full name, but Arasana. And her thing is that during a run, once per turn, she can install a program at instant speed. But if it's not a Trojan, which is like, you know, a program hosted on a piece of ice, it gets trashed at the end of the run. And she's really cool because you will just slap down like Botulus or whatever mid-run, and like the corp can't know what you can deal with, right? The problem is that all of the good Shaper Trojans rotated out, so it's an influence nightmare to get her to work right now, you know?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like maybe it's one of those things that's theoretically very powerful, but the meta isn't really conducive to that game plan from the sounds of it.
If the next set prints like one really strong Shaper Trojan, I think Ari is back in a big way, you know? But
okay. But until that time...
Right. Like, the big one she lost was one called Ika, which was a killer Trojan that just had, like, really good numbers, but it can only break the ice that you are... that it's hosted on. But then there was I forget how it worked exactly, but you could shift it, like, once per turn to a different piece of ice. And losing that was a big deal for her.
Yeah. Mind if I pivot the topic to something completely different?
Totally.
Sure.
Do either of you follow football?
No.
A little bit.
Patrick Mahomes just tore his ACL.
Oh.
Yeah. Kansas City Chiefs announced that the quarterback Patrick Mahomes has suffered a torn ACL in his left knee in the fourth quarter of Sunday's 16-13 loss to the Chargers. The team said that it was exploring surgical options for the star. Oof.
Jeez.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Last game of the night.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it's Seth.
I feel like there was a stretch of time where lots of people were getting ACL injuries.
Yeah.
This is not a very sexy start, but it's a, like, you know, we can live with this. Okay, now it's a sexy start.
There you go. We are happy as a pig and shit right now. I think one of my favorite alt arts they've got right now, it's for Ob Super Heavy Logistics, which is the one I was talking about earlier, that, like, when you trash one of your own cards, you can tutor out a card that costs one less, which leads to a lot of, like, weird combo lines and stuff. And the, like, slogan for the corp, like, under its name is, like, Extract, Export, XL. So someone made an alt art that is just an Excel spreadsheet showing, like, the lines that you can do. I'm like, okay, here's your 3 costers, here's your 2 costers, here's your 1 costers.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Just taking it easy. I don't want you getting any Audrey counters, so I'm just gonna play this nice and slow. probably get something on archive sooner than later, so I can keep you from pinholing me.
I like how you drew the assassin cowgirl and immediately started talking in an accent.
I don't know what you're talking about, Iris. I'm just hanging out as Angelique Garza Correa. With my cyber horse I'm gonna snap you from. Ooh. That's not fun. That's not fun for several reasons. But it is a bad botulus target because I can kill the botulus by bouncing here. So that's something, but I am losing all my money.
Oh, you're on core this game. Shit.
Yeah, I'm core
I was like, wait, what do you mean that's bad?
No, I
you in
just
a
happened to
pretty good
match against the
position?
same runner I'm playing.
Yeah, no, your position kind of sucks here, actually.
I'm doing fine. Like, it's bad this turn, but it's been fine otherwise.
Yeah, and you've also got a safety net scored, so, you know.
Oh, and they
Could be
also
a
looked
lot
at DRM and said, I don't want to waste Gourmand on that, so no Audrey counter.
It's really funny.
And now you're going to have to burn a crew on, like, a piddly little 1-strength ice. And they saw DRM again. I bet they're going to spite trash it this time just because they're sick of looking at it.
That's exactly what they did.
Uh-huh. And they're going to Hannah. They're going to break. I can't use Angelique, so is what it is. Now I'm less happy about this board state because my HQ is wide open, and even if I draw some ice, I will have no money to, use it. I technically have an ice, but I kind of don't. Like, it's a 6 cost res. Oh, an agenda. That's good. That's good to see right now on this board state.
And just full click, pretend you didn't draw it.
I think I'd click and put it face up and dare him to come give it back to me with 5 credits.
Yeah. Although if he breaks through first turn, give it back to you, and then he can smash into HQ a whole bunch.
That's 1 in 5, you know?
Backfire a little.
Let's get Spindo out of HQ, because he can't trash it once it's on the board. I can just pop it. Divested. Interesting. Well, this is turning into a strange and spicy game of Netrunner. Or do I just keep this in hand? I might just keep this in hand. Because if I install it... I'll just keep it in hand, yeah. Please don't see the bite until I have the money to trigger it. No free lunch. Ooh, you might not have pinhole threadings in here if you're burning influence on Niffle. I think they goofed up and forgot. Oh no, they had a virus counter. Never mind. Spire, bounce back, and Angelique. Then give me the Basalt Spire back, then shoot you with this gun that I have.
A super cool techno gun.
And bite for the win!
Oh
no!
my god! It's so beautiful.
6 minutes exactly.
Oh, bite is so good.
Oh,
I hope
that's how you end an evening of Netrunner.
Yeah.
I hope Byte never rotates out. It needs to be in every single standard.
Well, so elevation is considered part of the core, so it never.
Oh, okay.
Like, hey, never say never. The original starter set did rotate eventually, but like, yeah, it'll be a long, long time before it rotates.
Thank God.
And even then, like, it's gonna be 2 or 3, maybe even 4 years before anything rotates out of the format because they cut the card pool down so hard with the last rotation.
Yeah, well, I think that's a pretty good way to end the stream.
Yeah, honestly. I can't imagine a better finale to that one. Holy moly. I did 7 damage that turn doing nothing.
Sometimes you play super duper well, you take really smart lines, you spot all the options, you do really good risk assessment. And sometimes they just lose the 1 in 7 and you explode them with hand traps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what the hand traps are there for, to make that risk assessment less reliable.
That is true, but let's not pretend you were doing high-level gaming.
Matt, you'll find that the high-level gaming happened at the deck building stage.
Yeah.
I do the high-level deck building there, so I don't have to do it here.
Whatever you say, champ. Whatever you say.
This is, I've talked about this, like, you can, there's top players that stream or podcast, and you can hear a lot of them be like, oh, Byte and other traps like that are, like, BS. Like, they're not, like, it's a fun little screw you in, like, a casual game or whatever, but, like, what are you doing, like, playing it in a serious setting? The runner-up to the World Championships this year had a Byte in their deck. The runner-up to the World Champs last year had 2 Bytes in their deck. If it's a good enough card to be on the highest table in the world, it's a good enough card to use anywhere.
So true.
Yeah. Honest to God.
No.
The one why the fuck are you running that card I used to run is I'd run Aggressive Secretary in HB sometimes as a one-of, which almost assuredly wasn't optimal from a deck building standpoint, but every once in a while you would just completely whammy somebody with that card.
If you pay 2...
And I'm a big fan of the running Today They Will Remember cards, where if they don't remember, it's an
such
option.
A fucked up trap. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, it was dead. It was kind of a dead card in some matchups, but against criminals in particular.
Well, against anybody that just wants to build a good rig of breakers.
Yeah. And criminals rarely ever ran recursion, so you could just, like, destroy...
Criminals really like to run 1 of each breaker and then just tutor them out fast.
Yeah.
I think these days even criminals do at least 2 of each. 2 of everything. At least most of them.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of easy recursion.
Yeah. The really nasty trap they've got right now, might be... I don't know, it's a weird one to evaluate. It's called Ganked. It's an NBN trap. And it's, it's the same as, like, Snare. If they see it, like, on Centrals, they have to reveal it. When they hit it, they immediately have to encounter one of the pieces of ice that protect the server. Just, like, in the middle of accessing cards, they go back to encountering an ice.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that one.
And, like, if you have a really big ice on the server, then like, they sat there and did all the math on how to break into the server. Okay, I can afford this. And then they, like, no, actually deal with the Cloud Eater a second time, please. Or just end the run when they were doing, like, a big multi-access run or something.
Beautiful.
Anyway, yeah. Netrunner, always a fun time. Thanks for hanging out, both of you. And thanks for hanging out, everybody watching. We will probably... Let me think. I think I'll be more free next week. We might even start a little earlier next week because we're not recording Eidolon next Sunday.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Stay tuned. I'll let you know. And until then, good night.
See you later.